and gentlemen, girls and boys, children of all ages. Hey, what's up, man? Chase Thunder. Hell yeah, man. Boy. Anyhow, welcome to Thunder's Thoughts. This is your May 13th, 2013 edition. Kind of fell behind. It's work. Good news is I did get my laptop back. I'm actually on Justin.tv. I'm not recording it because I'm still trying to get some of that laid down. My computer's back from the shop. They got the charge power fixed, saying the laptop doesn't lose its power and what have you, but it's still kind of slow. From all the times it cut off, all the memory it lost from doing that. But what I did do is come across a few Thunder's Thoughts from 2011. The one I was talking about Jeff Jarrett being a wrestling hoe. Well, that was the name of the title because, he hit somebody with a guitar. Desperate to be relevant with doing the whole Karen Angle thing. And then, people started cheering ho for Hacksaw Jim Duggan because Hacksaw Jim Duggan was more relevant at the time than he was, even in his own company. Pushing such a real so-called big angle, ridiculous. Anyhow, I got another one called Scorpion Death Drop, and I'm back to having enough time and enough thought to putting names to some of these episodes. I still haven't named the WrestleMania episode. I might just name it WrestleMania 29. Keep it real simple. But as far as tonight's episode, the title name is in regards to this edition's 1-2s. 1-2s being a segment that I have now, a new segment I'm featuring on the show, and it'll be in the middle of the reviews. I'll do it. I'll be doing the reviews this time after SmackDown, right before Raw. And tonight's episode, the title refers to one of the, I already said that, one of the 1-2s. And it's called Black WWE Champions. I think so. Something. Every black champion. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be called Black WWE Champion. And it's not in regards to me being a black wrestling fan that wants to see a black champion, whatever. You know what I mean? They're so ass backwards as a fucking company. I'm trying to get John Cena to not get booed as much. You know what I mean? Please, man. It just goes to show that way that they, you know what I mean? That's how I'm trying to think of some other shit. Oh, I was thinking about some TV show, the Ready for Love. They sent home this beautiful ass black girl, and it looked retarded because they only had 2 black girls on there, and it was only the 4th episode, and she was already the last black girl left on the show, and she looked beautiful. And it's not even the fact that she was the only black girl on there trying to date some white guy. It was, it was the fact that she was the only black person on the show, and she was pretty as hell. You know what I mean? It just goes to show. It matter. NBC, WWE, they're the same thing. It doesn't matter how bad they're doing as a company. It's still more worth. Shitting on some brown people than to get your damn brand over and make it a success. And Black WWE Champion being this episode, the name of this episode is in regards to the fact that, man, fuck being a WWE champion. You know what I'm saying? At this point, all the disrespect, all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? All that you know what I'm saying, that bubble they're trying to live in where it's like, a black man can't be champion or can't be you know what I'm saying, a brown person. Please, man, Japanese person. I think I'm calling it every black champion should wear a WWE title because I thought it might be too long and it might be a way to simplify the title, but that's pretty much. I want to see Tiger Woods. I want to see every black guy on the Miami Heat, every black guy on the San Francisco Giants. You know what I'm saying? Word is born, man. Every black guy who won the Super Bowl? I forgot. I don't watch football. Anyway, whoever won the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Every black guy on there to hold up a W, not a I think it was Aaron Rodgers had the world heavyweight title. Yeah, they dodged the bullet on that one. It would have been real weird for the company, and they would have had a black guy doing it then. It's the simple fact that, please, man, like I was talking earlier about how I wanted to do a story for an idea where you combine the life of New Jack the wrestler with the black boxer Jack Johnson, who was the first black heavyweight champion back in 1909. Back when that was like damn near the highest year of lynchings in American history. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, like please, man, fuck. It's like even in this day and age, you leave it up to the white man or certain types of white people. I beg your pardon, people who find racism as appalling as I do, regardless of whatever color they are. You know what I mean? Particularly white people who find it appalling. You know what I'm saying? The fact that still live in that bubble where it's a storyline where the black man still can't win, and it's ridiculous. Like I'd love to see every other black champion hold up that belt and let them know that please. You know what I'm saying? I can't be a champion in your company. Don't worry. Where is born? I'm a champion without it. I'm a better champion because I actually can. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man. Every black champion in every other sport should hold up a WWE title and go, I don't need your storyline to be champion. I ain't waiting on it. I already am a champion. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody booing me at WrestleMania. You know? After a year-long road to redemption. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. I mean, I think I damn near already gave away one of my numbers. I stole off. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call it the 1-2. You know what I mean? Motherfucking give you the biscuit early. Give you the biscuit first. You know what I'm saying? Then the 2-piece. Yeah. Alright, let's get into it. TNA Impact. I think it started out. There was a fight outside my house. Plus my mom came by to drop something off for me. You know what I'm saying? Came by the house. Matter of fact, she came by. She was leaving when they was fighting outside. It was bananas. You know what I mean? She went to the Dominican Republic for the week. You know what I mean? That's how late this shit is. She came back. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, TNA started. I think AJ came out and had did the whole deal. And like, you know what I'm saying? I know I heard of AJ chanting. I don't know how over AJ is. I don't know what what the rating breakdowns have been when AJ Styles has been, has had a significant amount of TV time in a particular quarter of an hour, ratings wise. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when it comes to AJ Styles getting a chant in TNA, it's just nice to hear somebody else, somebody besides Hulk Hogan getting a chant in TNA, especially when opening up the damn show. You know what I mean? It's fucking unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, I think, what was it? I think Sting and Kurt got into it. I think Kurt made a reference to him and AJ Styles having some good matches. And to be honest, I remember I got first kind of had the idea for Thunder's thoughts from Cornette's commentary. You know what I mean? Pretty much, the whole double. You know what I mean? It wasn't going to be Thunder's thoughts. He's from Smoky Mountain. It would have been Thanksgiving Thunder. So I heard that. I said Thanksgiving Thunder. That was a pay-per-view event they had in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And, JR was in there. Jim Ross. So y'all heard Jim Ross go, it's you know what I'm saying, coming up, the pay-per-view, Thanksgiving Thunder. I'm like, Thanksgiving Thunder? Yo, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know a part of the world that even still has thunderstorms, at least in America, during Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it's going to snow around Thanksgiving, my hood. I'm right here in, New York, tri-state area. Anyhow, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, whatchamacallit? Cornette's commentary. He was talking about how the first Monday Night Wars, when Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and Vince all faced off for the first time in the ring since the screw job versus whatever the fuck Impact did, bringing the band back, old as fuck. Val Venus, acting like he gonna do freak shit that he couldn't even do. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see the whole thing, but I remember him talking about how AJ Styles and Kurt Angle, like, if you had only watched that match, like, that was pretty much the only thing I really saw that night, and it was he pretty much said it was a diamond, in a toilet. You know what I mean? It's a good match, but just in the middle of just a shit company doing shit business because of shit politics. You know what I mean? And when I think that when they made reference to when Kurt Angle made reference to him and AJ Styles, and I'm saying how they tore it down, I'm thinking, oh man, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see Kurt Angle and Sting just have a match on Impact, for the sake of just good wrestling and for the sake of the ratings. You know what I mean? I'm only on my second. Yeah. So I end up going 3 hours. I'm 10 minutes in. I end up going 3 hours because blah, 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 blah. Anyhow. Man, I'm like, I think Sting and Kurt. First of all, Sting and Kurt Angle will be a fucked up, horrible ass match. Because Sting wrestles way, way, way too light. I think I threw out, and I put it in like the little synopsis. That's what I'm going to call it. I call it called shit that I cover. You know what I mean? In the description, in the download, you look in the description for last week's May 6th edition, where I talked about them possibly having a new wrestling term in regards to that pity pat bullshit match that Matt Morgan and Sting had. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. Yeah, yo. I was thinking about something else. About Nurse Jackie, Thor. Anyhow, yeah. Matt Morgan looking like Thor from Nurse Jackie, because in that match they were hitting so light and weak. I mean, he looked like him. Like that's. I'm telling you, I don't know. Thor from Nurse Jackie probably throws better punches, at least against. Oh my God, you know what I mean? And yeah, him versus Kurt Angle. First of all, how old is Kurt Angle, and how much does Sting versus Kurt Angle add up to? Is what I'm asking. It's like, you know what I mean? That's at least 40 versus 50, because Sting is 54 and Kurt Angle's in his 40s. So you're close. That's close to a century. That's another wrestling term they gotta come up with. What do you come up with a term for a match where the two guys' age combine almost or goes past 100 fucking years? You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. 54 plus 40 something. That might, if Kurt Angle is over 46 years old or over 45 years old, that's 100 years. That's a 100-year-old match. And the fucked up part is that Kurt can go. Kurt got a six-pack with a gut, and is got a. What the hell is Kurt Angle wearing? Got going. He's got a guy wears a damn William Shatner. You know what I'm saying? Gut, you know what I'm saying? Whatchamacallit, girdle. When his gut is all solid with six packs, he just getting. I already talked about that before. Anyhow, I think a Bad Influence comes out. And I'm thinking, they ain't that bad. They just, you know what I mean? I don't know. They just, you know what I mean? I don't know. If anything, what are they doing with I don't know what direction of that whole deal is, besides just keeping them kind of on the outside. You know what I'm saying, from the whole aces and eights, and just really being a part of TNA wrestling. You know what I mean? It's like, I think the whole purpose of James Storm winning the TNA title wasn't just to keep Robert Roode from doing it, but it was also to help destroy Beer Money, because Robert Roode had a turn on James Storm to get it. And even though James Storm was over enough to be a champion as a face, they turned him fucking heel. You know what I'm saying? With the beer bottle, so no more Beer Money. And the thing about that is that, what do you see on TNA Impact now? And why are the ratings so awfully low? One of the main reasons is because half the show is aces and eights backstage doing jack balls, doing fuck all. You know what I'm saying? To quote Wrestling Jesus, because I'm actually going to do a double shot. I've been running around so damn hard. I downloaded last week's TNA, last week's SmackDown, Extreme Rules, and Monday Night Raw. And I'm about to watch all four of them shits back to back, take notes, and then do another Thunder Starts deal. The problem with my computer is that I gotta get some new shit. I got two computers, but they, you know what I'm saying, they both aight, and only one of them even gets the damn internet. And it's been good because I've been using them to make the No Mercy games. So up until now, probably just doing this, it hasn't been a problem. You know what I mean? It's just time to just update, flip, sell, whatever. You know what I mean? Anyhow, what the hell was I even talking about? Oh yeah, the fact that I was gonna do. I think I'm gonna name the next episode 100 and something, depending on how many minutes 3 hours adds up to. You know what I'm saying? Not really 3 hours exactly. I can't exactly go on. I'm trying to break down the math on the spot, but like as far as how many minutes it adds up to, that's gonna be how many reasons. You know what I'm saying? I'm a wrestling Jesus mark, because I got caught up in some of them comments. Cause some of them dudes, some of these, oh my God, I'm about to get on internet lame ass haters. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways to categorize it. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to wrestling, and I want to air out. I'm about to air out that whole Austin Aries, Christy Hemmings, and I'm gonna compare it to another situation where what I'm saying, trolls and defenders, what I'm saying, jumped. Oh my God. People were really saying that Christy Hemmings deserved it, and what I'm saying, and they're like defending TNA and defending Austin Aries. You can't be that much of a mark to defend some fucked up shit just because. And as far as being disrespectful to women, it just shows how many of you people are fucking losers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm comparing it to another situation where it gets what I'm saying, all butthurt to defend disrespectful shit by being really, really disrespectful behind that goddamn internet. You know what I mean? It's just not fucking cool, man. What the dog? Man, I'm about to air that shit out, man. I'm going to air out some shit. One of the very first things I aired out when it came to this Thunderstorks. You know what I mean? Probably 5 minutes after talking about that whole Christian YouTuber, the little 9-year-old boy who said he was gay on the computer. And grown-ass adults are calling him all kinds of faggots and threatening him and all types of foul shit and making comments and getting all butt hurt. 15,000 comments to this little boy thinking that he might be gay. He even said he was gay yesterday. He might be gay. He's like 11, 9, 10 years old. He don't know what he is yet, man. He don't know if he likes ketchup or mustard. Bad enough leaving, please. Worrying about some little boy liking dick and pussy in the first goddamn place, and don't even make any. Get me? Like I said, that was the very first I actually named when it comes to Damon. You know what I'm saying? These Thunder Starts episode. That was the very first name I came up with. And was kind of making fun of the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? When it came to the butthurt TNA fans, and the very first if you just go up, stop calling me homo. It's that little boy over It's funny because people that have made new versions and chopped it up and what you would call it. And some people got to the point where some people are so vocal about that situation on the damn computer that the people who were making like joke videos and videos, you know, downloading it and you know what I'm saying, I don't know, reposting it or whatever the hell, actually had to put in the comment in the description, yo, that's not even me. I'm just posting this funny ass video I saw some little ass boy, yo, do not curse me out like I'm some little boy who think he gay. I'm not even, yo, you know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous, yo, really ridiculous. Grown ass people just, damn, yo, showing your ass on that damn computer. Anyhow, what you gonna call it? But showing their ass. D'Lo Brown, yo, this D'Lo Brown, I don't know if D'Lo Brown pays women to spit on him and dominate him, but he's having a little too much fun being Aces and Nate's slave house, bitch ass, Virgil ass, Vincent ass house, you know what I'm saying, clown Taz during the Alliance ass, bitch ass nigga. Remember that shit during the Alliance when Taz better not say the wrong thing or look, that was like an abusive household. Where does yo, New Jack, man, if you ever listen to any of these shits, yo, alone, as far as how you put your body on the line and what you did to help contribute to the brand that is wrestling, that is hardcore wrestling, that was, that, you know what I'm saying, ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling. How do you feel about 5 minutes after WCW buys WCW and ECW, they got probably one of the greatest ECW champions ever getting stunned all over, getting bitched out by Stone Cold every 2 seconds? What you said, Taz? Taz, why are you looking at me like that? Why are you wearing orange? Why are you black but you're so... What the hell is a Sir Nurture? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Taz is. Mad bronzer, mad... I don't know. Is he the... Can he braid that up on the top? You know what I'm saying? I used to live by Red Hook. I used to live by... I used to live on St. Mark's between 3rd and 4th Avenue. I was talking to this girl that said she might be on the Bad Girls Club. She's doing photo shoots for season 12 and what have you. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Trying, you know what I'm saying? And whatchamacall, I meant to ask her. She said she lived by Greenpoint on the G train, and I meant to ask her. She went to MS or IS 293. That's the school I used to go to, right by Red Hook. A lot of Red Hook kids went there. It was right by where they shot Clockers. You know what I'm saying? The movie, the Spike Lee movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing it back to wrestling because I actually tried to look online to see if Taz, Pete or Nurture went to Nathan Hale, Nathan Hale Middle School 293. You know what I'm saying? And it made the news one time because there's a lot of Arab kids in that neighborhood too. And what happens is, one little, speaking of, go back to that gay shit, then little gay Arab kid had sex with a teacher, and then, you know what I'm saying, he was real crazy because the news was there. Mary Murphy from Channel 11 News came down there, and the whole down, I shook her hand and all that. But what was ill was the fact that, you know, that Muslim culture, they don't play that gay shit. You know what I'm saying? Bring a whole lot of that old world gully ass shame on a family and what have you. And yeah, that was people were telling me that, was talking about how, you know what I mean, that situation was just culturally ill and just morally fucked up. And you know what I mean, that's being kids in that school, and that motherfucker was among us, Mr. Torres. That was, yeah, man, I don't know, that shit's off the hook. Anyhow, yeah, back to Taz. They were talking about Taz turning in his colors. I'm thinking, what? Turn in your boy? Yo, I'm telling you, I ain't seen D'Lo Brown look good in the ring since that 1-800 Collect commercial. Stone Cold was bitching his ass out like Taz. You know? Oh man, yo. It's ill because I think they were beating up, who was it, Magnus backstage or somebody? And I heard that DOC guy talk. I'm from, like I said, I'm from the tri-state area, and I'm watching this show called, I think I'm falling in love with Angela Yee. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I watch the Bad Girls Club, but you know what I'm saying, I kind of like her just being she's on that Gossip Game show, and it's, you know what I mean? She comes off just real classy and real nice in comparison to all the ridiculousness going on there. And we hear him talk, what is it, Charlemagne, and going back and forth with Power with Hot 97, they are referring to Funk Master Flex being Hulk Hogan, Flex Hogan, an old ass wrestler who talks tough. And let me say it again, bringing it back to wrestling. I would compare Funk Flex and even Hot 97 altogether as TNA Wrestling and as Funk Flex as Bully Ray, not Hulk Hogan. Just for the simple fact that, for what Hot 97 is worth now, being, you know, a lesser, you know what I'm saying, 105 busting your ass like that and taking over your spot, you know what I'm saying. Whereas boy hip hop moved over to their house, because, you know what I'm saying, Hot 97, you know what I'm saying, hip hop lived there until his mom started smoking crack. You know what I'm saying, all that payola, or them shootouts outside, or that clicked up bullshit, or that nepotism and unprofessionalism. Anyhow, You know what I'm saying? When Funk Flex sent those guys allegedly to go attack Charlemagne, you didn't even see who the hell they were. Like, you know what I mean? They ain't really make no buzz. They ain't really get nothing off. And I'd compare Funk Flex to Bully Ray because he sent them Aces and Nates guys out after Charlemagne, who I compare him to Aces and Nates because just like DOC, you don't even hear them talk. You don't even hear them trying to put themselves over as anybody. They're just there. You know what I'm saying? To the point that you can't even compare them to the NWO or even the Nexus. They don't even have a tag team. They don't even have an outsider. They don't even have like a group of people like that. It's just maybe one guy or some other guy. And, you know what I'm saying? Maybe these two guys together. It's like no. They don't even have a Buff Bagwell Scott Steiner kind of team up. It's a whole lot of, you know, Vincents and Scott Nortons and shit like that. Now, please, I love Scott Norton. He's a scary, strong, beast-ass dude. Went to Japan all legitimate. You know what I'm saying? Plus, yeah, Funk Flex, he's Bully Ray because he's the champion of what, you know what I'm saying, of their brand, Hot 97. You know, he's the hottest DJ and whatever. He's got the highest, you know, the time slot, I believe the ratings and what have you. You know what I'm saying? Same fitted cap, same facial hair, same New York tough talk, but you know Bully Ray isn't, you know, Bully Ray whatever the hell, Bubba Ray isn't really that damn legitimate, you know what I'm saying, as a tough guy backstage. You know what I'm saying? Whatchamacallit, Funk Flex gonna choke that girl. Well, speaking of necks and females, I think the most badass thing that Bully Ray legitimately did in wrestling was break Beulah McGillicuddy's neck with the 3D back in ECW. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the toughest thing both these guys did as champions or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is fuck a woman's neck up. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Yeah, yo, so kind of went all in on that shit. And yeah, pretty much like you didn't even see those guys who attacked Charlemagne even, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you remember that? You ever see that thing, two goons and one gun? And they edit their voice, they call everybody in the rap industry a fuck boy. Fuck boy. No, two goons and one gun. Yo, he talk shit about everybody being fuck boy, fuck nigga. Yo, the funny thing is they didn't even get on Rick Ross for calling him a fuck boy for being a CO. It was like, nigga, but you lied about it, man. Cause of that, man, you a football. Yo, you didn't even see these guys try to get no buzz off of it. It was some nondescript, not over, not anything, just, you know what I'm saying, a random ass kicking. It was fucking Aces and Nates in the street. You know what I mean? Aces in 8th Avenue, all the way they caught Charlemagne slipping that, but you know what I'm saying? Shit. Little ass nigga can run like a point guard. Oh man, yo. And yeah, I think what was it? I think they went at, I think Aces needs one with like a roll up, and you know how I feel about roll ups. I think roll ups are fruity like fruit roll ups. You know what I mean? And yeah, yo, whatchamacallit? Yeah, man, he really, yeah, yo. I know I threw a whole bunch of insults at D'Lo Brown a minute ago, but real talk, he's looking like Vincent from the NWO. But even Vincent was just straight up getting bitched out. They got him backstage getting ticket colors off. Like, what? Does D'Lo Brown, is he feeding a drug habit but still maintaining his weight? Like, why are you, like, what boy? Yo. They got this. Where is boy? He looking shakier than Pancake Patterson. I've seen that match with him and Sheamus. They're starting to build him up, possibly. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to say shit. You know, Pancake Patterson got an aunt named Jemima. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, yeah, it was real corny that how Magnus got that bullshit off. And then whatchamacallit? Yeah, yo, let me weigh in. Thank God I'm finally doing this shit now. Let me weigh in on the Christy Hemme, Austin Aries debacle. The whole thing about that is that as of recently, I've been watching Impact every other week. I've been downloading the episodes. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't got DVR. And, you know, they actually got TNA Impact on demand at least if you have Comcast. You know what I'm saying? But it's the one that's like a week late. Like, I could probably go look up maybe my real last Impacts I've been working on and shit like that. But the fact of the matter is, I've seen how they had Austin. Well, I call him the greatest it factor in the world. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have a tag team. As a matter of fact, they have been coming out to the it factor to the it factor theme, the theme song. And the problem with TNA Impact Wrestling music is that it's so generic. I don't fault Christy Hemme one bit. And I've heard that, you know, she tends to fuck up and corpse, laughing. You know what I'm saying? When you fuck up, you're supposed to be in kayfabe or whatever. And, you know what I'm saying? Her giggle and laugh and laugh off fucking up on camera and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. But the fact of the matter is, like, those TNA Impact songs are so generic. I remember making a joke about how I remember Austin Aries is just a guy with the dumbass drums when he comes to the ring. You know what I'm saying? His theme music, the only thing that really stands out about his theme song is that it does the dumb drum, the whole drum deal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, by the time it didn't do the dumb drum thing until he was down there, I think pretty much after, you know what I'm saying, he looked upset about Christy Hemme fucking up and calling the wrong tag team. And it was, first of all, what? Austin Aries, you're a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? And you really reflect, I really heard he's like, you know what I'm saying, like just full of himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, ridiculous. You know what I mean? On his own shit. And the problem with that is that he kind of like, it's kind of like how Don Tony has a lot of racist people in his chat room. You know what I'm saying? He kind of just brings out that kind of energy by putting that kind of shit out. You know what I mean? And yeah, I figure, first of all, it wasn't that damn serious that she messed up the whatchamacallit like that. I mean, hell, I've been watching the last couple of Impacts. She ain't done it recently, and like she does it back to back. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, you can't really fucking tell Bad Influence's theme song from Austin Aries' theme song until those dumbass drums come on. Especially if the last 2-3 weeks you have her waiting for the damn, you know what I'm saying, the whole Robert Roode beat. He actually has a theme song that stands out. Those other shits are generic as hell. Word is born. Oh man, yeah, I ain't fault her one bit for messing up, but that was real. And to sexually bully, I don't know what you call that. That's not bullying, because man, that's some grown. Those adults. Like that shit on the Today Show where they're doing Ann Curry all grimy as hell. They grown ass adults doing mean shit. That's bullying when you were in high school. When you're in college, is damn near maybe hazing, or you know what I'm saying, where she starts to just, you know what I'm saying, appear to just be a person just, you know what I'm saying, having violent or just real fucked up behavior about themselves as a person. You know what I mean? But to be in the workplace on national television disrespecting her like that was real fucked up, yo. That was real grimy. And to have new people online how do you trying to, you have to be you really gotta fucking be a damn loser when it comes to this fucking wrestling to have to fucking defend that. You butt hurt to defend that shit. You know what I mean? And in doing so, being disrespectful as hell to do it. You know what I'm saying? You defending that shit by saying Christy Hemme deserved a pair of nuts in her fucking face. Fuck this, fuck yo. All you dudes, that's why, I'm quick to say fuck your moms. Because, you must not have no mother if you think a woman deserves that kind of shit to happen to her on live TV. Let that be any woman in your family. You know what I'm saying? But, dog, you don't get pussy, so, you know what I'm saying? You don't give a shit. That's the problem with a lot of you dudes. A lot of these wrestling fans are cool with women being fucked over because y'all mad at the pussy you can't get. That's why the belt silver in WWE. They made the belt silver because it's no longer a whole. There's no more rats really. The rats is at the gym trying to train and get a fucking push. Like, yeah, I'll fuck later. They still freaks, but they freaks that's focused. So won't let my old ass get a. What if they had any actual creativity? Because, you know, Crib don't got nothing for you. So you're fired. If they were really creative and really had some, what, you create some spots and some lanes for women who just want to come in and roll around in some goddamn mud. You could have both if I mean, niggas ain't trying to do business, and I don't know what the hell Austin Aries is trying to do. Like, dog, you know what I mean? Man, it was ridiculous, bro. You need to put your dick in Dixie Carter's face. You put your dick in her face, man, and have you getting frog splashed by Chavo Guerrero every fucking week. You dumbass. You know what I'm saying? And bottom line, I don't know how you have a big ego in that goddamn company. Not the way they treating your ass. Not being in that company in the first fucking place. You know what I mean? Anyhow, finally, yeah, so this is when whatchamacallit gets jumped backstage. Magnus, after that, the cheap roll up. I don't know. To have any kind of roll up in the Aces and Eights angle looks retarded because you motherfuckers need to be getting that shit over. You built that shit up for like 6 months, and now you're under 1 million viewers every week in the ratings. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? It's like if they built up. I mean, it's like Bully Ray being the champion and the ratings going down, and it, you know what I'm saying, just not working out as an angle really, and barely even having people hear him to wrestle. But then again, it's all about Hulk Hogan anyway. So I don't know, it's ridiculous. Well, I was just going to say that it's like the Raw general manager is the leader of Aces and Eights and is the champion of TNA. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, just think of something else you in wrestling that was built up and sucked, and now that it sucks, it's now you gotta watch it suck every damn week. And they keep running with what they're doing regardless. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that it's just bad business because it's not about doing. It's not even about doing business in that company. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I'll tell you what though. That Austin Aries guy, he had a good whatchamacallit. He was going in during the match. He kind of reminded me of Rob Van Dam at Barely Legal. When he was against Lance Storm, and Lance Storm was scared to hit him with the chair. Oh shit! I mean, it was weird because that match right here with Austin Aries and whoever the fuck else. I thought it kind of had that SummerSlam '97 finish with you know what I'm saying, with Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and Brett with the spit in the face and the chair shot. You know what I mean? Anyhow. Yeah, so I'm thinking, so like later on after they jumped Magnus and they raped him, you know what I mean, and nobody else in the company was there to help him because, you know, it's a war, except there's only one person fighting him by himself, so it's just fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking maybe that's the reason why Saban was in the ring all by himself, not getting hurt, not getting approached by anybody, because once again, it's an all-out war company-wide, but TNA doesn't even have anybody feuding with the cruiserweights. I mean, I guess they could use, what was it, Briscoe, and use Bischoff. The only problem is that they're not over enough, and they don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is that even if they weren't over, they would. But for some reason, for whatever reason, then they always... You know what I'm saying? When it's a Hogan Bischoff coup, or I beg your pardon, regime reigning over an organization, of course they always leave the cruiserweights alone because I guess they're too big and they're too macho and they're too studly. that bullshit, and they're running their company into the floor, and it just hurts because how can people defend this company knowing that this man is about his ego and himself? I mean, it's so blatant, so obvious. I mean, TNA people, somebody needs to draw a picture of a sheep wearing a TNA shirt because they're sheeps, absolute sheeps. To let that company and the legacy that it is and can be just be washed away by nepotism. I mean, it's a shame. And I mean, if anything, maybe it gives a lane. I mean, in some beautiful world, the WWE is going to reinstate the cruiserweight division. Maybe even call it some cool name. Maybe even have it use a gold championship, because when did not? That's ridiculous. How did you have, if you're undervaluing your product, then you're making it, to me as a customer, seem that I should spend less money on it. Like it's a less value to me as a consumer to have as a commodity. You know what I'm saying? And that's just so frustrating. And I guess they're just up in their own bubble. You know what I mean? Their own bubble, and it hurts. That's the thing, is like, if you told any girl you love wrestling, she look at you like, what? And the messed up part is that you would have to damn near explain. Put it this way: if you root for a really shitty team because you're local or whatever, and it's because you just, you know what I mean, you root for a fucked up team. You love the Seahawks. You know what I mean? Whoever. You know what I mean? Love their team. They lose all the damn time. We love the Mets. You love them. They don't have R.A. Dickey anymore. And David Wright isn't Howard Johnson. He's not Howard Johnson because Howard Johnson played with Darryl Strawberry, David Cohn, Dwight Gooden, Sid Fernandez. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You don't get me started. And wrestling is an entire industry. And you know what I mean? Like, if you just, even people who don't watch wrestling now, chances are they did watch it during the Attitude Era, as what you want to call it. I always call it the money era, because they kept that raunchiness up all the way until about 2006, 2007. You know what I mean? But what it is that it gets generated money from the late 90s, when Bret Hart started speaking out against it, and Vince had to actually get on and do the whole, good guy versus bad guy, and You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, I'm all over the place. I'm on my A. I don't know, I hope I'm making some good points. You know what I'm saying? Even if, I'm all over the place talking about wrestling. Anyhow, finally, backstage action. Yeah. It'd be cool if they really did just bring back the cruiserweight division, and somehow the cruiserweights who aren't being tarnished by being underused as much or undervalued as much, because that whole thing where they're putting bad influence fleeting with, you know what I mean? It's sabotage with what you call it. You know what I'm saying here? Oh, matter of fact, yeah. There you go. Because after that match, when Magnus is when Cowboy is laid out, I somehow thought that was Magnus. Like maybe he got hit beat up again or something. Because how is it a whole backstage? It's always the same person that they beat up, or the same person that they're feuding with. You know what I mean? It's like you don't even get to be on camera. You don't even get to be on camera unless you're getting your ass kicked by us. I mean, it's ridiculous. And it was like 3. Oh, yeah. At the end of the night, I started just counting up all the segments, and it was about 3 Aces and 8 segments of them just drinking beer. And I'm telling you, they messed up the whole beer money deal just so it can be them backstage drinking beer, eating up TV time, and it's ridiculous. Nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? It's about 3 Aces and 8 segments and about 3 Hogans, and no one's left on the, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I don't talk about no one left on the roster. I think somebody said something like that. There's no one left on the roster. It's like you're saying there's no one left to... Oh! Whatchamacallit, that's when there was a fight outside my house and I missed it. And I came back inside and, I seen the match and who gives a fuck, I didn't even write the result to this because I didn't give three shits. TNA wrestling, it's the end of the world. You know what I mean? While the fucking Glacier's belt, this bullshit comes on every week and we're forced to watch it because there's nothing else. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's sad because I love wrestling, but I hate this shit. I hate the state of it. I hate what we're forced to have to deal with, and I hate the fact that people can't accept it. I'm telling you, that's the reason why wrestling sucks. It's not the companies. The companies are only going to do it. They're only going to do what you let them do. If you're going to let them put on a bullshit show and charge you for it, okay, fine. That's why WrestleMania is the highest grossing WrestleMania of all time. They probably charge you fucking double for being that fucking stupid. You want to come see a brand new John Cena t-shirt. That's the fuck you get. You know what I mean? And speaking of being being TNA, so in TNA fan logic, being anti-WWE, and just being anti-WWE in general, being butthurt by a company because they're more successful, even though they're actually doing shitty because you let them. I'm telling you, TNA lets WWE get away with putting on crap because you still come to them. Brodus Clay singing for his mama, you know what I'm saying, that's okay. You know what I'm saying, all types of, ridiculous shit that's on there. 3MB, you know what I'm saying, boring, no pop having Triple H, you know what I'm saying, the only person who got over, besides John Cena, and as a late bloomer kind of CM Punk, out of that whole Attitude Era, is Goldberg. You know what I'm saying? I want to take Triple H by accident because, Triple H, what the hell was all about him? And who else really broke through? That's, you know what I'm saying, it was really, really symbolic to have them destroying a world heavyweight title because I'm pretty sure Triple H, he played politics to keep Brock Lesnar from being on Raw and being anywhere in that title picture. And shitty, he fucking, you know what I'm saying, did that bullshit with Goldberg and his whole deal. And it was weird because when Triple H dropped the belt to Goldberg, I remember Goldberg, I remember Triple H being like really fat and sloppy and big, like, you know what I'm saying, look real crazy. You know, so there was a lie about what the weight is and what have you, but I'm pretty sure he was about 270, but it was just all fucking ham. You know what I'm saying? Chase Muslims away with all that pork. You know what I mean? For real. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, being anti WWE. You know what I'm saying, because saying just being TNA fans are anti WWE, but yet put up like the 1,000th time I talked about one of these. You know what I'm saying? Well, pretty much how what obviously I'm gonna bring up is TNA bringing back Abyss, you know what I'm saying, which is weird because he's still Joseph Park, I guess. I guess Abyss isn't really over that much because I figure they would do the whole, you know what I'm saying, the whole, oh, you're Abyss. Truck going by, I don't know if you can hear that, but, you know what I'm saying, oh, you're Abyss. When he was Joseph Park, damn, they were trying to bring this shit back, getting him out of that stupid ass gimmick. But he pretty much did the whole, you know what I'm saying, the whole Kane thing, embraced the hate, put a mask on him and what have you. And he's back to being all goofy and retarded. You know what I'm saying? It's TNA, you suck. You suck terrible. You know what I mean? Anyhow, let me get into SmackDown. SmackDown starts up with Ryback versus Daniel Bryan. And the whole thing about, hey, yo, he's Chuck Palumbo. He looks like Chuck Palumbo. You know what I'm saying? With the whole, I don't know, with the leather jacket. And when he's not looking like Goldberg and he's not intense, he comes off like Chuck Palumbo. And he's just boring and he got a little pop. And it was just way too little of, you know what I'm saying, of a pop to open up SmackDown. And that whole, I don't know, that whole Ryback rules. I guess the way Y2J, I don't know, Y2J, he made me think of Ravens rules, and he just, you know what I'm saying, it sounds just done. He just has way too much just rehash shit going on. It's only rehash when you take it and you don't really do anything creative with it and don't excel and don't elevate it to any level. And Ryback rules sounds way fucking boring than Ravens rules, because remember, Ravens rules were hardcore rules. Ravens rules meant a match where people go through tables and got hit with fucking metal and chairs and all and kendo sticks. You know what I'm saying? Ryback rules is just, you know what I mean? It's like is a catchphrase for a one-dimensional character whose one catchphrase he doesn't even use anymore, and he has the balls to go with this shit. I mean, what the fuck is he even gonna do? Is go ride back rules instead of saying "feed me more" when he's like, you know what I'm saying, like doing that pose and shit. Like he's even, you know what I'm saying, when he goes for his I mean, I don't know. I guess they still say "feed me more" maybe when he shrugs his shoulder for the meat hook clothes on, but I don't know, man. Like, I'm telling you, I don't know what the whole decision was. I mean, I guess the whole plan obviously was to have The Rock and Cena at WrestleMania. So to even assume that Ryback was even gonna go towards the title might have been, you know what I'm saying, might have been unrealistic anyway. It's the fact that they made him look so weak and not. And he made it. It's one thing to have this shit be eventual, but they fucked him over in it, and they fucked up their own money. But then again, I guess when you're a billionaire, you don't mind losing. You know what I mean? I mean, it ain't nothing. I mean, you're an old 60-something billionaire. It ain't nothing for your little company to lose a little bit of money. It ain't nothing for some guy who's young to lose a little bit of his youth and his health because, hey, you're old and you give a shit. You live your life, let him, you know what I'm saying? You don't give a shit about his. It's fucked up. And, I don't know, I just, what you call it? Yeah, he just, he looked, I'm saying, when Teddy Long came down, you see Ryback put his hands at his waist, you know, like an NBA basketball player when a whistle's blown. It just looks so unintense. It's just, what have they done to him? I think that next Monday Night Raw they picked it up, and I really did fall behind in my wrestling, but I got reasons. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Miss Dot. We're only gonna listen to this wrestling shit, but anyhow. Let me get back to this. I beg your pardon. I don't want to lose track. There was a cool counter in the match. It was just, I think they restarted. You know what I'm saying? I gotta catch back up. I'm just gonna read the notes I put. But otherwise, I'm not even gonna make this shit that damn long. But I'm gonna catch up because I still have not watched Extreme Rules yet. I haven't even watched that bad boy, so I gotta catch up. Anyhow, what was it? I think after that match. Oh yeah, we were talking about Triple H using a cage against Brock Lesnar, and I'm thinking, really? Like, how Triple H is so sucky. They're trying to brainwash the fans into thinking that he's, you know, has an advantage by doing something dirty to be the good guy. When first of all, why is he? You know what I'm saying? When he's only the good guy, you're only the good guy because it's your company. You know what I'm saying? It's just Triple H burying people, trying to bury his peers. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bury the people from his era. You know, it's ridiculous. And I hope he blows a quad. I hope he blows a damn quad. You know what I mean? And just, you know what I mean? And has to go home. And take a F5 and end his fucking career. Oh, Brock is like, he hurts. You know what I'm saying? He can kind of, you know what I'm saying, try to call for the spot. And he's like, I'm gonna blow my buttons. You know what I mean? Yeah, how it is. He'll probably tell him, he's hurt. But he'll probably tell him, fuck that, we're going home right now. He's like, chill, I'm hurt. Like, nigga, your career over, nigga, we're going home. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around. Brock, they paid Brock the right amount of money. I mean, imagine if Brock injured Triple H and they started paying him the right amount of money, enough for him to come back full time. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how, like 30 something. Like he's definitely young enough to still wrestle if they gave him the right push. And I don't even like the whole MMA thing. They're trying to make him like an MMA guy. When I put it this way, if he was going to like a NCAA tournament, he wouldn't come with he wouldn't try to fight some guy with an MMA fight. You know what I mean? The guy's an NCAA champion. The guy's a UFC champion, a WWE champion. And who knows, if he did get on the NFL team, he might have fucking won you know what I'm saying? Might have won a Lombardi or something. The guy is a physical. I'm telling you, man. Words wrong. Anyhow, later on, Zeb Coulter cuts a promo when he's talking about, I think Ricardo kisses some lady. I have no idea. I'm just going to go by my notes because I think I'm not even sure if this shit lines up with it the right way. But I remember Zeb Coulter referring to Ricardo Rodriguez or Del Rio as a criminale. And I'm just thinking, in this day and age, I think I said it before, like how wrong would the WWE be if they still were wrong or if it was the Attitude Era right here. You know, with this Facebook society that we have. You know what I mean? And I think I said how wrong but in this regard, I can only imagine how racist this angle would be, or how offensive it would be. You know what I mean? We think about when Jerry Lawler called Goldust a faggot, like on the air. Like, that was amazing. And, you know, and Vince McMahon, he cut right to Vince McMahon right there. So, you know, I don't know if he gave the go-ahead or was right there hands-on to discipline him from it. Hell, I don't know if there was any legitimate heat between them to, you know what I'm saying, have him come out and say, like, he talked about his kid, his wife. Like, yeah, that's messed up. How's Jerry Lawler gonna go Doug Gilbert on somebody else? You know what I mean? He pretty much, like, he damn near did Doug Gilbert on him. That's fucked up, you know what I mean? Anyhow, what else can happen? Alright. Oh yeah, Big E Langston. Weather. Oh man. Yeah, I don't have my damn notes, so I'm just gonna have to go by. Alright. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, gonna have to guess. If I got my notes, I beg your pardon. What I don't have is the notes on the matches. Like what match happened. So what I have is that Big E Langston had a match. And that's pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? It was that, you know, they had the C chant. You know what I'm saying, for Del Rio. It was just, oh yeah, whatchamacallit, that turned into the, like the schmaz. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, I think next was a tag team match between Daniel, what was it? Yeah, Daniel Bryan. It was Daniel Bryan and Seth, but no, it was Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose. And I really wanted to see Dean versus I wanted to see Daniel Bryan versus Seth because I think it would be like a high speed, a really cool match. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. And it was weird because they had him taking a lot of bumps in the match. You know what I'm saying? To be like the new dominant badass, like for that to be a go home match for him to take the belt off of Kofi Kingston, it looked weird. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know. But it was a great match. It was a great match for Daniel Bryan. It was just, you know what I mean? I wish it would have done more run-ins. I don't know what the hell that even means. I'm trying to catch up with these notes. Oh, okay, so what happened next? So Mark Henry pulls the two tractor trailers, and I don't know, it came off like Triple H's WrestleMania 29 entrance. The people that were there said it was awesome, but on television it looked weird and it came off bad. And for it to be some world-breaking achievement, it was just shittily done. And what do you expect? It's the WWE and a black man breaking the world record. Surprised they didn't film that shit in black and white. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised they didn't let us know about it through a telegraph. Did it stop? You know what I'm saying? Type of shit like that. So yeah, I don't know what the hell was going on with that. And I don't know. I think I wanted to see I still would have rather see him just have a squash match and maybe just beat. You know what I'm saying? Like always talk about people getting other people's gimmick. You know what I'm saying? I think Evan Bourne's push went to Sin Cara and so forth. So it'd be cool to see Mark Henry beat two guys at once. Because I'm pretty sure he could hit the world's strongest slam on two guys at the same time. They might still have him do it, and that's what I'd rather see him. I'd rather see him beat twice the ass. But then again, I think it's about keeping him that attraction. That's all he is. Let's keep him as that sideshow, the world's strongest man. But you know what I'm saying, he's a black man, so he ain't shit. So I mean, like I said, let's keep him as an attraction, just pulling trailers instead of looking like an actual legitimate competitor in the ring, which character-wise he is. I don't know if he's one injury away from retiring like Triple H might be when it comes to those quads, but you know what I mean. It'd be nice to see him have, look strong in the ring, because it always looks like he might be on the title hunt. I mean, that new "that's what I do" shit's pretty badass. Anyhow, alright, so no Naomi. I wanted to see Naomi. She's beautiful, but you know I don't play that just being beautiful and getting. She's black, she's beautiful. She got a dookie ass booty on her. But who gives a shit? She is incredible in the ring. And I'm going to catch up on my SmackDown, and hopefully I see a Naomi match, because it's nothing like putting this beauty with just talent. You know what I'm saying? She's incredible. And I don't know about the fast push and putting in the title picture, because, because the Divas division has been diminished as of late. I love a slow build when it comes to Naomi. I don't know if it's going to revolve in a WrestleMania spot or being in the Royal Rumble for like 2 minutes, or for like, you know what I'm saying, something ill like that. But you know what I'm saying, I like Naomi as a competitor, as a talent, and I beg your pardon, falling in love. I beg your pardon. I like the fact that her beauty, and physically, and in her saying, how she looks, saying how facially, compliments her talent. And if anything, I'm hoping, what it is, you gotta have that whole package as a wrestler. I love to hear her cut a promo and hear what she has to say, and see if she can talk her way into the hearts of the WWE universe. That'd be great. Like I said, Naomi's an incredible wrestler. I thought she was hot. She's a hot tag. She tag her in. What the shit? I'm telling you, if they do a mixed tag, her and Rey Mysterio would be incredible. That would be an incredible. I think that might be like, I got dream matches coming up, and you know what? Maybe that's not one of them, because I don't even know who the hell to put her up against, or them against. I have to think about that. Maybe, it's coming up soon, because I'm about to get to it. But that would be pretty cool to see. Rey Mysterio and Naomi versus, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying, pretty much it would be a hot tag either way, because you know what I mean. I think Ray would probably teach her a few things. You know what I'm saying? She learned from a veteran. She learned from a person who does what she does. That she has talent and potential in doing. You know what I mean? That'd be a great look. Anyhow, so whatchamacallit, I think Caitlyn says that AJ has the body of a 10-year-old boy. I'm thinking, that's a grown-ass woman. She hop around all she want. That's a grown woman. She look good. If AJ Lee has the body of a 10-year-old boy, I'm Michael Jackson. Straight up and down, yo. And then you got Kylie coming up with that 619. I tend to say the word imagine a lot because maybe I just have a lot of imagination, and I'm just trying to inspire that in you guys. If anything, if you get anything out of, you know what I'm saying, and listening to these thunderous thoughts, ching, you know what I'm saying, thunder thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, I was gonna say, imagine Kylie doing that 619. And you ain't really even gotta imagine it. I can have Kylie doing the 619 and No Mercy with the you know, we get set him doing the moves. And he look goofy as hell with that mask on, dude. You know what I'm saying? Talking all that. At least they got him talking. I think he really does clearly speak English though. Like, it's not even like, I doubt he even really has like that strong of an accent. And that might be part of the gimmick. But you know how it is. Make people who aren't even that damn foreign, just, you know what I'm saying, of a different nationality, but all the same American, less American. But you know, that's all about, you know, that's at Fox News right there. It's racism, and it rewrites history, and it's just false. It's just false news, and it's towards racist and just anti-American and just undemocratic. There's one thing to be against the Democrats, but to be against democracy itself, what the fuck? And again, it's like duh. It's like duh. Hell yeah, they're against that shit, man. I beg your pardon. Anyhow, so I think we finish it up with Y2J. Who is it? Y2J. Oh yeah, Y2J versus. So this is the right one. Oh shit. So I think this match started out with Kofi Kingston and Cody Rhodes, but I missed it. I think I missed that shit. I beg your pardon. And I think I missed Big Show versus Sweet. Oh yeah, Big Show versus Sweet Tea. I think I missed that too. And Orton talking about having some kind of venom. And some kind of venom. And yeah, I'm like, boy, you barely get heat. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Barely get a pop. You know what I mean? That's just soda. You barely get high fructose corn syrup. Fuck venom. You know what I'm saying? Boy, you play too much. Anyhow. Alright. So yeah, so it's Y2J. Yeah, Y2J got a nice ass chant. Veteran, over, on the middle good storyline, you know what I mean? Definitely. It's just, you know what? Not even this guy's like he did something wrong. Is it just me? But don't you wish that they would at least dim the lights? If you dim the lights, oh yeah, I wrote that too. If they're gonna dim the lights for a Sin Cara match, why can't they dim the lights for a Chris Jericho entrance in that damn jacket of his? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. Anyhow, yeah, just. Whatchamacallit, I remember the pay-per-view. Why do I remember? For some reason I remember the pay-per-view when Tara got new music. Oh! Because I'm hoping that Extreme Rules, I don't know if I haven't seen it yet, but it has happened already. It's February. It's May 27th, so that shit been happening, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that at this pay-per-view, Ryback has a new theme music, because the Feed Me More, he can't say Feed Me More. He has to say Ryback Rules or something. I think pretty much, I don't know, guess I wouldn't be surprised if they have him have a new theme song, you know what I'm saying? You know what? This match reminds me of the fact that Y2J had a fight with the real Goldberg. You know what I'm saying, backstage, and I wonder if it went something like this, Like, you know what I'm saying? Does he really have a technique for fighting up for taking on overly muscled badasses? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was thinking at least he gets a new T-shirt. Whatchamacallit, what's his name? Matter of fact, yeah, because he didn't have it yet. I think he still had the Feed Me More shit. And I was thinking, I wrote the note that, you know, so I'm pretty sure he's good for a new T-shirt with right back rules on it. You know, he did. He got the whole gear. He's got that. I think it's, you know what I mean? Anyhow, this match had way too many rest holds in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell was going on, but it was like, you know what I mean? I don't know who was blowing up so fast or what move they could and couldn't do. It was just, it came off really shitty. And then, you know, disqualification. I don't know. Didn't Josh Matthews say something like, he said some real, like, pro CM Punk shit? It was like 2 weeks ago, so I barely fucking remember what it is. But I still want to just, yeah, like, I figure, yo, if I fall behind and it's because of personal reasons, it's work. I got like 2 new jobs. You know what I'm saying? I started another whatchamacallit on I was digging up. I got the internet back and I was digging up some old Thunder Starts I did. One called Scorpion Death Drop. I thought it was called Scorpion Death Drop because I wanted Sting to drop the belt. Oh, it was called Scorpion Death Drop because I think somebody had dropped the belt to Sting and there was like no heat, no pop, nothing came out of it. You know what I mean? And I compared it to, you know, I thought it kind of came off like the finger poke of doom. And I was saying that, you know, this right here might spell, you know, disaster for TNA wrestling because it was a really shitty finish and it was a real shitty to have somebody, you would not know that somebody had won a belt. It came off like, you know what I mean? Or it was more like a bra and panties match, got more heat as well, you know, with the finish than that for it to be the new champion, and it just came off like it was like 2000. It was March something 2011, and I've just posted it online. It's gonna be the one right after this one. It's a throwback. It's from the actual Thunder Starts account. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird because I generate haters. You know what I mean? I had like, oh man, like somebody called me a faggot. As Ace Thunder 234, and it says Thunder Start. Somebody called me a nigger. You know what I mean? And what you gonna do? Heath Slaters are gonna Heath Slate. So all right. I want to pick into my top fives. My top fives are kind of fun this week. All right. Some are kind of late, so I kind of fell off with it already. But I got my top fives, dream matches, cause yeah, I guess I can't. Yeah, I don't really know who I mix. I don't know. Like I said, that's something I want to see now because you know Naomi can really become something. But then again, I don't know. She's a black woman in a sport where they won't. You know what I mean? Where Ahmed Johnson got niggers spit on his car when he won a intercontinental title. Shows you how valuable that belt used to be. You know what I mean? Shit now, it's, you know what I mean? It's the 1 day title. I don't know what the hell, you know what I mean? I won something, I don't know, a C or something. Won something with a C. They kept it for like one night, so it was retarded. I don't know what the hell I don't know. Anyhow, alright, so WWE 2014 or 2K14 is gonna be released. It's gonna release October 29th, and The Rock, really? The Rock is gonna be on the cover of a game with the numbers 2014 on it. Ridiculous. They really needed to have. They really need to have somebody who's a full-time guy on the cover. That's ridiculous. The Rock. That's just. I mean, and I don't know. There's something that we're gonna hear later on that either the direction of the company got so dumb that they had to rehash, or it's just that's about it. It's just. I mean, they're gonna hear about either direction of the company either having to rehash old talent, or you're gonna hear people with actual resentment towards The Rock, which I've heard. I mean, I don't know. People are mad at The Rock that they're using him because of what he did back then. I'm trying to rekindle that. I don't know. It's a bad situation that they're not that they can't go to their own current roster and have a future in them and have talent and have. I mean, even if they put John Cena, they could have put John Cena on the cover. I mean, when was the last time he's been on the cover of a SmackDown game? I don't even remember, because CM Punk was on the last one. So, I don't know. Anyhow, Austin Aries, he apologized or something like that. I'm pretty sure we all know the whole outcome of that. I actually want to weigh into that. That's going to be one of my 1s and 2s. And my Imagine is going to be about different companies. We'll get to that. Alright, so the Bellas are going to be in a movie. And I don't know. I want to know if it's going to be a WWE Studios movie. It might be. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But that's what I'm interested in, because they didn't mention if. So if it's a WWE, if it's not, I beg your pardon, a WWE movie, then I wonder what it is and what that can mean. Because sometimes being outside of that whole, outside of the umbrella of the company, they can, have an opportunity to go forth and just, in just a way that, unexpected way, just a way that's presented, acted upon, and capitalized upon. That'd be pretty cool. Capitalized in a way that reaps benefits. That'd be great for anybody. I don't know. Real talk. It'd be great if it was something that got the Bellas out of the WWE. Like, you know what? I know you're putting us over. You know what I'm saying? We're dating wrestlers, but you know what I'm saying? Bring back Beth Phoenix and push Natalia or something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just bring in some strong style Japanese female wrestlers. You know what I mean? I wish they could do that already and cut the shit. That's the thing about if the company would go out of business, if it went low, it wouldn't do that. I think I posted that. It's another thing. You hear me taking breaks in between me just talking, because I was so nervous that I wasn't really thinking. I was just, trying to remember what I wanted to say. And even though my notes are a bit, out of date in doing this, I am going to approach doing this in a calm and relaxed and not, fuck wrestling, it's bullshit. Don't get it twisted. It's still Ace Thunder, but, you know what I mean? Let me not be all out of order and be all out of character. Let me not, you know what I mean? I say get somebody, have somebody get out of character. You know what I mean? If we as wrestling fans, we might want to consider the term getting out of kayfabe. You know what I'm saying? And just hitting somebody stiff, whatever. You know what I mean? Laying a potato in, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Oh, so speaking of WWE falling off and bad times, and what I was gonna say was that, imagine if I was saying it, that if they would have ever fallen into a bad situation, it would be because if they did it, it wouldn't go out of business. They would just stoop to doing, things the right way. That's all it is. That's what's so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? WCW made them do the right thing by wrestlers and by the fans. That's why they did it. And that's why they need competition. And they need to damn near beat each other with a belt. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just instill consequences of their actions of being a subpar product upon each other. And it just so happens that, it was WCW so out to just get Vince. And it might have been because of his business practices. I'm looking at TNA wrestling to Hot 97 and Power 105 is WWE, but I wonder if Power 105 became Power 105 because at one point Hot 97, the radio station in New York in the tri-state area, I beg your pardon, if you listen to watch, if you ever watch the Gossip Game on VH1, that show that's a reality show that revolves around the hip hop blog and gossip industry, I guess, aspect of the hip hop industry would be a better way to say it. And it involves it's set in New York, and it involves the internet and different blogs, different ways of media to report incidents and news situations in hip hop. And of course it also involves the two major radio stations of hip hop in New York. So just to let you know what Power 105 and what it is. The thing is that for a while it was only Hot 97 before 105 came around, and I've heard from people who deal with business consultants of radio stations in the New York area. I've actually been to La Mega with one business consultant. Came with them to a meeting, watched him work, met with him. I believe his name was Carlos Santos. What's this guy's name? I beg your pardon. Juan Santos. Oh, Carlos. That's the singer. I beg your pardon. I forgot this guy's name. I'm looking through my phone now. I beg your pardon. I want to be more accurate. And just bear with me. And I forgot. I have his name here, but I forgot what it was under. I went a while ago. I beg your pardon. There I go with that ADD shit again. Anyhow, yeah, I always wondered if the origin of 105 was brought upon by the unprofessional methods, business practices of Hot 97, and the way you could assume that Vince fucked over enough people in WCW or because of or people who later went to WCW who helped bring on, just like they went at Vince. They weren't just about just competing with him. They were about they wanted to feed him his dick for real with hot sauce or whatever. It's fucked up. I mean, it was gonna feed him his dick by like cut it off and put it in the IV. Chop it up and put it in the IV and shit. I beg your pardon. I want to be more creative with aspect of severing one's penis. Anyhow, alright. So more news. WWE gets its lowest ratings of 2013. I think that's what I mentioned while I wanted to mention it. Anyhow, yeah. And I hear Ryback is I beg your pardon. Ryder is gonna mic change his gimmick and such and such. I guess they're building it. Only problem is that they're jobbing him the fuck all over the place. So I can only, unless they're gonna take him off of TV like Jack Swagger, I don't know. It's probably still gonna be a guy who gets his ass kicked, or a guy who, because he got his ass kicked, doesn't get over or isn't believable. And Rey Mysterio is coming back, and you could, oh man, it's gonna suck if Rey Mysterio comes back and gets injured again. He is the Bionic Mexican. I'm telling you, if we build it, he can be at the pay-per-view. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And John Cena is gonna learn Chinese. And the obvious joke is, how's he gonna learn new languages when he needs to learn new moves? You know what I mean? It's just da 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 da. You know what I mean? If Jay Leno watched wrestling, he would have said some shit like that. Anyhow, they have Hardcore Holly talking about working with Brock and Vince McMahon. He said Vince McMahon was good to him, and he said the thing with Brock Lesnar wasn't either on purpose. I don't know. He sounds like he wants his job back. He sounds like Val Venus. Val Venus was, you know what I'm saying, spitting on it and everything. You know what I'm saying? In his interview, talking about how good the company was, and he just like, oh man, you kissing balls. It was sad to listen to. It was like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how I call about all that, comparing them to all that. But you know what I'm saying, how Val Venus sound. But it does sound like it does. It does sound like Hardcore Holly wants a job in the WWE and shit. I heard he was a real asshole, like a real just. It's one thing to be a bully and you're a bully and you're mean and all that, but yeah, mean. How about that? Not just a bully, but just an unpleasant person who bring a hostile. You make the workplace hostile. I think that's the term for Austin Aries and Christy Hemme. He created a hostile working environment in that ring and in a live television show. Very terrible. Anyhow, yeah, Hardcore Holly, you know, being a mean person his whole career, and then when you win a job back, you all of a sudden say nice things. You know what I'm saying? How that sound? You know what I mean? It's like the recession's hitting you, and the indie circuit isn't. You know what I mean? And it's not hitting for you. Anyhow, I mean, wish him the best. Love this theme song, you know. Too bad they used to sell Beavis and Butthead DVDs and Spike TV commercial plugs during TNA Impact. You know what I mean? Brought to you by Section. You know what I'm saying? With the Hardcore Holly beat to it and all that. Anyhow, Michael Cole talks about how the locker room hated him at WrestleMania 27. Something about, because when he got his singlet, Undertaker and some of the people, they found that he was getting like 15 minutes in the match and was taking up time from other wrestlers. People just nodding their heads. Was that the one where Daniel Bryan gets kicked in the yes from the, you know what I mean? And the new catchphrase craze. Catchphrase craze. I like that. Got me a new phrase. I'm trying to, I don't know, bugging out. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. I say, yo, I'm gonna finish this up for y'all. Otherwise, I might as well just quit doing it. I'm not even gonna put it off anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to just, I don't know. I think I had to go to a place. You know what I mean? I got to go to a place, and I think that place is in Connecticut. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. It's on a YouTube channel that's based from Connecticut. Possibly that's what it is. I beg your pardon. I ain't trying to be all over there and all that, but just that energy. What the fuck is he talking about, Connecticut? Damn, I'm sure as hell not talking about no WWE office. I'm talking about a certain person. You know what I'm saying? I beg your pardon. Oh man, I'm all over the place. Anyway, alright. This is what I'm trying to figure out, and I'm going to do it because I want to do the top 5s last. I'm going to do the Imagine, not next, but next, but not now. You know how what was it, Nickelodeon? You know, now, next, and later. Anyhow, well, yeah. Right now I'm doing my 1s and 2s. Number 1. This if you don't know, my 1s and 2s are just without being a current topic or a current aspect in regards to wrestling. This is just smack dab how I feel about something going on in the business. You know what I'm saying? About wrestling that I want to address. Matter of fact, one of them actually is something current, but it relates to something that I started my Thunder Starts talking about. And, alright, number one, my left hand and my right hand, I don't know, because it's a two-piece. It's my 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of a two-piece, Dominican Republic, doing the dance. Yes, your subscribers know, yes, you are a very honest person, and good Lord. Oh man, alright. Sorry, I'm talking about this person. Man. Black WWE champion. Black WWE champion. I don't know if we're gonna see one. I don't give a shit about seeing one. What I would like to see, you know what I'm saying, out of either maybe protest or just out of mockery, out of the concept that they can't handle seeing a black man in a scripted show wearing a belt. That when it comes to them writing the storyline of a black man still can't win, I told you this earlier, but I want to see. I might have done this already 2 weeks ago, and I'm doing it twice. I beg your pardon, but I want to see every black man from every sport, every aspect of life that is known to popular culture, who's the best at what you are, go out and buy a WWE replica belt, put it online, say, hey Vince, and that should be the new meme. Hey Vince, look Vince. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, I'm telling you, I don't know, like, what should I call it? I think I might have said this already, but I don't know, I'll just say it twice, or if I don't, I'll cut it out, and, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. But, you know what I mean? You look at how racist wrestling is. At least they let you know where they stand. At least I know, and it's what the fuck it is. But look at like basketball. I hate basketball now because when Don Imus called the Rutgers basketball team a bunch of nappy-headed hoes, and what they did was they said that, oh, so what? He said it. Rappers say hoes all the time, and they're all black people. And guess who are mainly all black people in it's mainly black people in the NBA. So you know what? We'll make the NBA players have to wear suits all the time because they're black men who are of the same ethnicity as rappers who say it and have nothing to do. And the whole thing is that, what the hell, yo? First of all, yo, none of those rappers called the Rutgers basketball team a bunch of nappy-headed hoes. He said that shit. We want to talk about colors and different ethnicities. About what? A man? As a man, he was responsible for saying what the fuck he said, and it was disrespectful, and it was, you know what I'm saying, it was mean. And to get butthurt and to do the whole reverse engineer flipping and bounce it, you know what I mean, like a girl who can do that shit because you won't smack the shit out of her for doing it, and you trying to get some. That's what I get. I had to deal with some bullshit and didn't. And let the BS slide. Oh, because I let the thing slide. You know what I mean? Anyhow, yeah, yo. And I'm telling you, at a protest for that, I'm telling you, they should have all went down there with them ugly ass Don Imus eyebrows. You know what I mean? There's a girl who a young lady who posts love and hip hop reviews. And she's funny as hell. She was making fun of that girl Shay Mack, the real girl who's all extra and ignorant and thirsty and loud and what have you. And, you know what I'm saying? And just embarrassing the black people on the show. And she had like the teeth and the wig and what have you. I'm telling you, a whole bunch of people should have put on a bunch of Don Imus hats and eyebrows. You got these real fluffy, furry, you know what I'm saying, hairy ass eyebrows, little ugly little piece of shit ass cracker. You know what I'm saying? Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, yeah, yo, just to protest the fact that, what the hell, man? You telling me, you know what I'm saying, why I gotta wear some big dumbass suit? If I wear whatever the bullshit he had on that day, y'all let me slide because y'all let that man start saying some fucked up shit live on the radio. You know what I'm saying? In a recording studio for the whole world to hear, deliberate as dog shit. That's real fucked up. and they reverse engineered and blame black people. It's like, I remember they had the episode of South Park. They'll talk about the NCAA basketball tournament being a bunch of crackhead basketball athletic leagues and shit. It's real disrespectful. Like grimy as hell, but they pimping them. Yo, it's like, you love basketball, but man, they look how they doing. Like, that was real disrespectful right there. To have all the men for no reason have to wear suits. Now you gotta wear a suit because what? That shit was, the Republicans, and you know how it is. It's all about getting butthurt and coming to, we talk about people who follow and defend and, you know what I'm saying, and dick ride. I hate a dick rider. And to see the Republicans come with like an agenda, it's not even dick riding. It's fucking Delta. It's fucking formation military tactics. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's not. You know what I mean? Oh man. So anyway, every black man in every sport should wear a WWE title. And shit, come to the arena. There was on Monday Night Raw. Go, here's section from the Denver Broncos, and there's from the you know what I'm saying. They always put like because sometimes it'll be more than one guy. It'll be like a whole 3 or 4 guys of a team at the show. Maybe they give them tickets to shout them out. You know what I mean? Adds to the show and the prestige, having real athletes among wrestlers. But I'm telling you, it'd be an awkward moment. It'd be an awkward moment if they have a black man with a WWE title. You know what I'm saying? In any sport, just because of the fact that's the fact that they have not done it yet. And it'd be real awkward if they had one black athlete who was a champion, had that belt and said it. But please, not only would it be ridiculous, the shit that WWE will try to explain it with, but the Republicans, I'm telling you, it'd be a team effort. It'd be the bloggers, it'd be the news, it'd be the company. You know what I mean? That's what it was with the NBA. There was people online defending that shit, going, so what? He said them girls no nappy at home. It's free speech. Fuck them. They are, you know what I mean? They are nappy. So what? Come lock me up too. They're nappy. You know what I'm saying? Popping real slick, disrespectful shit behind that computer. The Republicans going, yeah, but rappers are rappers, and they say it all the time, so it's okay. So it makes this okay, and then I don't know how that shit turned into it being the NBA. The black players in the NBA, that's some real slave shit. We're fucking women in the other room in the mansion while you guys out there eat pig shit and tote bail. Some real racist bullshit right there, real fucked up. This is why I try not to curse, but you know what it is? I haven't watched wrestling in about a couple of weeks, but I've downloaded and stockpiled, what I need to catch up on. And this shit is fucking, I mean, to know I'm back in talking form, I spent a whole hour and went. I'm looking at the clock thinking I want to go to the store and get me some breakfast. I got me some money. I know exactly what I want. It is what it is. Anyhow, I think I drove it home already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just I can imagine people online saying, "Son, well, they haven't had that champion. Like, they don't need one." Like, you know what I'm saying? Bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Defending it, I hate that. And matter of fact, I want to talk about defenders. You people who defend Austin Aries. Are like the people who attacked the CT Dems, a women's group, a mother's group that was against Linda McMahon's candidacy for governor or senator of Connecticut, based on the fact that she allowed sexist and just horrible, content on a show that she was the CEO. And I beg your pardon, the CEO, the company of Eugene getting flushed on the toilet, the abuse of a mentally handicapped person. Matter of fact, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but Trish Stratus is going into the Hall of Fame. Unless I was waiting for Vince McMahon to get on that stage get on his knees and bark like a dog the way he made her fucking do. For her to play the game, do that disgusting shit, and then now she's in the Hall of Fame. That's what's wrong with wrestling, and that was what the CT Dem spoke about. They put that in the clip. A woman barking on her, and she didn't get any real payback. And Vince McMahon's usually off the hook. You know, I think he peed in his pants one time, like legitimately for the storyline. Maybe he held it. He'd do some shit like that. He'd hold his piss and piss in the ring to sell the whole gimmick, the whole grabbing his ear because the fake gun with the bang and all that stuff. The fact that he didn't get on his knees and bark like a dog to hold the balance out the angle, and that's just the McMahon legacy, that you play a bad guy who does that to your female employees. And speaking of female employees, you know what I mean? Austin Aries putting his crotch in a woman's face live on television without her consent or permission. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? The people online who defend it and say so what, he did it, and you know what I mean, attack it. I'm telling you, we should have seen, if I can see the comments for the CT Dems and see the people who are calling them bitches, they're calling them like just to defend wrestling and defend disrespectful shit. Like, you know, so I curse half them guys' moms out just based on the premise that you're in this group to curse out people's moms. I caught a dude in there. He called me a troll. I'm like, I'm not the troll. What? You in here in the comment section cursing out mothers, a mother's group, because they don't want and look, and that was and this was in 2009 when I left. I'm trying to think. They were talking about an angle storyline that took place in about 2005 or 4, at most maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? Mid 2000s, and you know what I'm saying. And what you have now, look what's going on in schools now. You have the bullying. You have all that bullying going on. You have kids beating the shit out of each other and harassing each other, and you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? They certainly contributed to that by putting on a program. I'm sorry, but at one point, that WWE program was horrible. It was like the Bad Girls Club. It was worse because it was for adults, but it was like stuff that kids shouldn't see, but easily had access to. When you got the Bad Girls Club coming on at 8 o'clock at night with all the sex and the violence, and it was literally sex and violence. You know what I mean? It's Lois Griffin singing the Family Guy theme. It's sex and violence. Well, you know what I'm saying? Except it was, you know what I mean, without even being in a movie. It's terrible. And makes you wonder where our society is going with that kind of shit going on. And yeah, I'm pretty much just, you know what I mean, saying, you really should have seen what these guys were saying. Guys were really calling these women all kinds of like C words and B words. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you guys don't, first of all, I think I already said it before that, you know what I mean, if these guys don't have girlfriends, if these guys are losers because they don't get any, then please go and show your girlfriend. Go and show your girlfriend you cursing out a women's group. Go and show your girlfriend you cursing out people who had a problem with Christy Hemme, you know, saying feeling disrespected as a woman having a crotch in her face. And that's the whole thing. You guys call yourselves hardcore wrestling fans, but look at all the people who post and review wrestling left and right. Not one of them has said, so what, she did it. You know what I mean? Show me one. And usually the guys who did it are cowards who hide behind bullshit. I have my haters, and I don't feel like, you know, putting my shit to be hated on and dealt with. You know what I mean? Because I deal with some butthurt people that, you know, can't take the fact that they lost. You know what I mean? I don't care what website you hide behind, you lost. You know what I'm saying? Grey Plague or whoever else. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, man. I'm telling you, this shit is so fucked up. And this is why wrestling sucks. Because the last 2 or 3 million viewers who watch this can't admit this shit sucks and needs to be better. And next WrestleMania, you're going to be chanting all excited and riled up to see a subpar product, chanting all types of Rocky Horror Picture Show shit, because you literally have seen the same old shit time and time again, but because it's a time of year where there's a cult-like fanaticism for the product. Yes, we're chanting back at the screen, "We are awesome." You know what I mean? And singing along to the fucking theme song. Ridiculous. But the most over thing that came out of WrestleMania was a new theme song. You know what I mean? Because the guy can't even dance to it. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, this week's Imagine is really just imagine if in one fell swoop WWE bought ROH, Dragon Gate, and TNA. What it would do with all three companies, what it would do with all three rosters of talent, I don't know. I mean, I think they have the money. I think if they were going to do something to that matter, because remember, Vince McMahon is Michael Corleone of wrestling, because he waited for his father to die, and when his father died, he went against his oath and went against all the other heads of the territories. I mean, the families. I mean, yes, the wrestling territories. You know what I'm saying, of the classic wrestling era. Took them all out. Took out Carlo. Took out Tessio. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? How holds wrestling in a grip, a death grip. Well, that's the name of the documentary. You know what I mean? Because that's saying, you know, hey, here's what it is. Death grip. You know what I mean? Coincidence. I'm just prattling on, and I'm actually getting a bowl ready. You know, a bowl. Anyhow, yeah. Imagine if he pretty much just like I said, just like in The Godfather, took them all out at once. It will all just gone. That's the thing. I think if Vince McMahon bought TNA, he wouldn't just buy TNA at once. I think he'd buy them all at the same time. I think he'd buy them all at the same time. You know what I mean? He might even buy some of those English promotions from across the seas, IGP, WGP, something like that, right? You know what I mean? Imagine if he bought all those companies and what was it, you know, ROH, Dragon Gate, TNA, and a couple of foreign companies. Imagine if Vince even bought a Japanese company and brought them over here and owned all of that, just to put it on the shelf and just to own the rights to the video library. And that was it. And didn't plan on doing any business. He bought other companies just to do less business. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, how much, every time imagine every time Vince McMahon or the Titan Sports or whatever acquires other companies, ratings go down, because that's what happened when, you know, had 8 million viewers between WCW and Monday Night Raw that night alone, and gone. You know what I mean? About half. It's like 3-point stuff. It's like maybe the last time they had a 4 on the ratings. I mean, maybe they do, but they might have had a 4. But you know, anyhow, my top fives are my top 5 are dream matches. I mean, like, if anything, I think, yeah, Naomi and Rey Mysterio still might be pretty fucking cool. Anyhow, yeah. Well, yeah, that's gonna be my top 5 dream matches. I mean, as of now, I might, you know, come up with 5 more, just 5. I mean, I'm not gonna say like I got like maintain like a certain order. So if I just have, you know, 5 more good matches, and you know what I mean, I'll call it as such, 5 more. Not just because as of now, these are pretty much the bad thing about them. So you know what I mean. I don't want to have just, I don't know. You know what I mean. Anyhow, number 5, no particular order really. Not really. What should I call it? Mr. Perfect versus Dolph Ziggler. You know what I mean? I'd love to see this match. For the simple fact that they will pretty much try to outsell each other. It will really come down to who can who can look the most craziest selling a damn move. You know what I mean? You know how them two get on it. You know what I mean? The thing about it is that Mr. Perfect's had at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 WrestleMania matches. You know, singles matches. What singles match has Dolph Ziggler had? I don't think he had one at WrestleMania, did he? I think he was against sweet tea in them, didn't he? Like, I don't even, if he did, I don't even remember. If anything, he hasn't had a memorable. So just imagine it being a WrestleMania caliber, just them just bringing it that, you know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool if Chris Jericho is still around wrestling, you know what I mean, and he's in health. Imagine, I don't know how old Mr. Perfect would have been if he was still alive. I think he was in his 40s. I think he was in his 40s when he passed away, and Jericho's in his 40s now. So maybe that's, you know, I mean, maybe that's something that it would be one of those dream matches where they're like, you know, both in their prime. Because I don't think Dolph has got, you know, Dolph is on his first, he's world champion right now. He still seems just getting started, even with the concussion. He has really yet to even really just perform and just, you know, elevate himself as a champion. And I'm looking to see him do that. You know what I mean? And alright, number 4 would be a fatal 4-way TLC match. Pac, you know what I'm saying, this real, that lightweight, real incredible lightweight guy, Evan Bourne, Jack Evans, and Petey Williams. 2 WWE guys. Oh, no, wait. One guy from England, one WWE guy, one indie guy, and a guy from, or ROH guy, and a guy from TNA Wrestling. And what I'm hoping is that it'd be under the premise of it being a match that tells a story, because you wouldn't want to take like 4 of the best high flyers, you know what I'm saying, in professional wrestling, have done some of the most amazing things. You know, the Canadian Destroyer, and hell, even that shooting star RKO that Evan Bourne got hit with. You know what I mean? All those Jack Evans highlights. You know what I'm saying? You YouTube Jack Evans as a wrestling fan, you will be amazed. You know what I mean? Pac, his incredible moves. He just top 10 the 360 shooting star. What the fuck? 360 shooting star frog splash. Amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you wouldn't want to take those. You wouldn't want to take wrestlers of that capability and have them just bumping. You know what I mean? It'd be really great to have them come together and for once, bad enough with those guys, all in one night, tell a story with a match with that type of action. Have it tell a story, have it, you know what I'm saying, build an angle that can go on and do more business. You know what I mean? I'd love to see that come out of that kind of talent. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of wrestling I fucking dream for. That's what you're dealing with when you subscribing with Ace Thunder. You know what I'm saying? Good wrestling for a good reason. That, you know what I'm saying? That's good for everybody involved. You know what I mean? For real. And alright, moving along. Number 3, John Morrison versus Too Cold Scorpio. I remember them putting R-Truth with John Morrison because he was, you know, a bit of a mid-carder, and they wanted to, you know, they wanted to kind of elevate John Morrison and have some of that charisma rub off. And I don't know if Too Cold Scorpio's charisma would rub off on John Morrison, but I know that they would have some really good matches, and if, you know, maybe if it came from them, I mean, it's a truck. There's a truck going by. I don't know if you can even hear it, but it goes right over me, so it's hard for me to hear myself talk or even feel that I'm being heard talking. I beg your pardon. All right. Yeah, I think that they were able to do the back and forth promos and the interactions and the so forth of that nature. That would benefit John Morrison. Would benefit mutually. John Morrison, Too Cold Scorpio angle. Bad enough, the matches would be incredible. You know what I mean? Like John Morrison, I remember them talking about it. He was a bit too much of a gymnast, and maybe that parkour. I don't know when that parkour stuff really started to kick in, and you know what I mean. I'm trying to think. He has a gymnast background, but I think there's a parkour thing too, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not exactly. Yeah, I don't know how that fully played into his athleticism per se. You know what I mean? First, going into wrestling is what I'm saying. That, you know what I mean? if he was too much of a parkour guy, as well as being too much of a gymnast, and they said he just kind of jumped around the place, the way that the lightweights do, and they, I guess they kind of, changed it up a bit, but still capitalized on his athleticism and his ability to do that. And I don't know, like the moves he does, he has like that disaster kick, the real one, one actually done by a guy who's actually has agility compared to that Cody Rhodes bullshit where he kind of jumped into an RKO that didn't make any fucking sense. Anyhow, beg your pardon. Yeah, if you see some of the moves that Coach Scorpio does, they're a bit more innovative, and because he was a bit more stocky in doing it, it just came off a bit. I don't know. I liked it. I liked it a bit more. What should I call it? Yeah, Too Cold. Yeah, he was Too Cold's kind of big. He was kind of stocky. You know what I mean? And what should I call it? Yeah, he had some really cool moves. If you see, I have an Evan Bourne move where I call it the Bourne Tumbler. And it was actually the tumbleweed. I think it's the tumbleweed by Too Cold Scorpio. I know Too Cold Scorpio. I beg your pardon. Too Cold Scorpio once did a moonsault leg drop, where instead of doing a regular moonsault where he just falls, stomach to chest, he landed into a leg drop. It was amazing. It's amazing to see the moves that he can do as a wrestler, and he's done as a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Halo Overhead, a guy that helps me make moves. He took my request for the concept of a Phoenix Splash into a leg drop, and when he posted the move, he had Evan Bourne doing it. And hell, I got Evan Bourne doing it as a move in No Mercy, and the No Mercy download that you can get, that you can download off of this channel. Some of the other previous 3 different games on it that you can download. I think they all feature that move. And in the description, he described Too Cold Scorpio doing that move as the tumbleweed, and I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up. I forgot to do that, but it's pretty cool that it's a pretty cool move to be able to do for anybody, for Evan Bourne or for Too Cold Scorpio, a big husky black guy who supposedly had a real fight with Hulk from Legion of Doom and kicked his ass. That's really that guy. And can hit spots like that. That's Too Cold Scorpio. Wow, what a wrestler. Okay, number 2 would be it would be a Paul Heyman run-in. It would start out as John Cena versus Hulk Hogan, but then there would be a run-in, and then another run-in, and then another run-in, and then New Jack music comes on, and it's New Jack versus Edge in a hardcore match, the kind of hardcore match that he had with Mick Foley, but I don't know, different. I don't know what the hell kind of match New Jack and Edge could have at WrestleMania at a hardcore match, but you know what I'm saying? I love to see New Jack go over at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? You already had him beat Mick Foley and be declared the hardcore, whatever the fuck, and it's just pretty hardcore. Just, you know what I'm saying? He's rated R, not rated E for extreme. You know what I mean? His name starts with an E, but he walks around with an R. You know what I'm saying? He's not Rhino. The last, the ECW champion for the record. And yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool to see Edge and New Jack. Just an example of if I was gonna see anybody from WWE who is a hardcore wrestler, you know what I'm saying, facing, yeah, you know what I'm saying, at a prestigious venue such as WrestleMania, Edge, because he went over on a WWE, on a ECW guy, so you know what I mean, he could take the loss. Anyhow, yeah, and number 1 would be Mike Awesome versus Brock Lesnar, and I'm thinking they're not that different in size. I mean, I'm telling you, if Brock Lesnar and Mike Awesome hung out and started training the same way and shit. They're both big monster ass white guys. You know what I'm saying? But just amazingly athletic. I mean, Brock Lesnar did the shooting star splash off the top rope in Japan. Mike Austin did the frog splash even before that. And you know, he didn't do any flips, but what he did do was take a chair up there every now and then, and he hit. And how many other wrestlers have you seen, at least in America, in a world heavyweight title, in a title situation, hit a top rope chair shot? Amazing, just amazing. You know what I mean? And I just happen to have one DVD I still have, as opposed to just down. I'm talking too fast. I'm excited about what I'm talking about, so let me slow down and say it the right way, because then I'll be disappointed that I didn't say it the right way. I beg your pardon. Out of all the DVDs that I still have that aren't scratched up or not put in cases or whatever, that I still have of WWE pay-per-views, I still have No Mercy. The one, memorably, is the pay-per-view that led from Triple H and the infamous Katie Vick segment. And alright, I'm trying not to say but I am thinking, but I gotta think. Sounds dumb. That's what I gotta remember. Sounds dumb. I'm sleepy, but yeah, I'm rocking with Sean. I'm serve you this thunderous thoughts, man. Rock with me, alright? Alright, what the hell was I talking about? Yeah, I was talking about, alright, I was talking about the No Mercy DVD. The main event of the pay-per-view was Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker. I think I mentioned this before. Anyhow, yeah, just the way he looked in that match when he reversed the tombstone and then turned it into an F5. Amazing wrestling by Brock Lesnar. And he looked like a monster. I mean, put it this way, if there was a Brock Lesnar Mike Austin match, it would they could bill it as like the battle of the Gaijins, because they were both, they're both Japanese, and that, I mean, it's foreigner, I think it's in Japan, and they're both saying Japanese imports, you know what I mean, and they're both monsters, kind of like Brock Lesnar versus Mike Austin would be like Scott Norton versus maybe Stan Lane or something like that, you know what I mean? Like one Japanese guy from the 90s versus a guy from the 2000s, as opposed to a Japanese white guy, I beg your pardon, a white wrestler in Japan from the 80s, and then a white wrestler from the 70s, you know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool to see that, because especially at the right, under the right promotion, Brock Lesnar versus Mike Austin would be an incredible match. They would rock the house, you know what I mean? Rock the house like a crack house, you know what I mean? Anyhow, let me go to Monday Night Raw. Well, anyhow, I missed a spot from, I think, on SmackDown they had where Daniel Bryan jumps out in the Shield, and I was thinking how I wanted to see the Shield do the opposite, like, try to do that when people try to approach them and try to that whole melee style, match style that they have used against them, and see them jump out towards people who try it on them. Anyhow, alright, Monday Night Raw started with the dance-off, and I don't know, something about it being a dance-off made it that more noticeable that Fandango cannot dance at all. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't know, it's just I don't know, I was talking about how Fandango shouldn't even be white to be a Latino person. And I'm thinking either Fandango sounds like John Morrison when he talks, or maybe John Morrison could have been Fandango, could have got the Fandango gimmick. I mean, I don't know, they both pretty good. as far as that's about where he takes the character. They're already doing it wrong. I'm telling you. How the hell is he gonna? How the hell was his gimmick? If you say his name wrong, he either doesn't even come to the ring, or he beats the shit out of you and comes out of the whole "I'm so pretty, I'm dancing, I'm so graceful," cocky demeanor. It doesn't make any sense. It really is frustrating, to the point where he'll beat somebody and say it's Fandango when the person didn't even mispronounce their name, and if anything, outdanced him. I think just about almost every wrestler he's gone up against has, mocked him, trying to outdance him, and usually got themselves over by having some kind of funny, unique dance of their own. You know what I'm saying? Like if Fandango would have went against one of the Tons of Funk guys, it's pretty. You could almost expect one of those guys to outshine him in the dancing aspect of of connecting with a character, and it's unfortunate. Anyhow, matter of fact, I'm trying to think at what point Chris Jericho called Fandango Fandunghole. When he called him Fandungle, I was like, you better whoop it. I said, you better whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, damn, Y2J is probably the segment champion, because, how many segments has he had? This one, that one. You know what I'm saying? He had the what was that shit? The highlight reel thingy. You know what I mean? It's pretty damn good. Anyhow, exposing the gimmick. Something about the way the gimmick was exposed. Well, anyhow, yeah, when I remember when, I think at some point in the match, Fandango goes crazy on Y2J, and he does the whole beat the shit out of him, what's my name thing. And the whole thing is that I was thinking this should be his matches. Like the way the Shield beats the shit out of people, Fandango should either be really graceful if they don't say his name, or if they do say his name. And of course nobody could possibly say it the right way. He beats the animal shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? And wow, we're starting to get to have a dance-off contest that results in a "you can't dance" chant. I don't know what, I mean, I could, maybe because it's a "you can't" something, and he's a heel and they're booing him anyway, it might work for him. John Cena getting the "you can't wrestle" chants the night he went up against CM Punk, when the original Nexus attacked the ring, and Daniel Bryan choked him with I forgot who it was, Justin Roberts, with the tie, and he yelling at John, he spitting John Cena's face and the whole deal like that. It's funny, because I don't know whose high school prom and whose high school reunion it was. It was Daniel Bryan's, or if it was John Cena's. But I think John Cena wore the big crazy suit. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, he looks weird wearing a fucking suit. I think when 12 Rounds came out, you know what I mean? Vince McMahon just, I don't know, it looked weird. I don't know who dressed him up in this shit. Anyway, alright, what happened next? Ryback versus, whatchamacallit. He didn't do I don't think he did the wake up thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I remember complaining about how he was on SmackDown. I think maybe somebody saw that, because that next Monday Night Raw, when he went against Zack Ryder, I was like, shit, this guy's a fucking Lego maniac. It was wonderful. You know what I'm saying? I was really, that's the whole thing, is that when he looks boring and bland, he looks like Chuck Palumbo, especially with the hat on and all the gear and the leather jacket and all that. But when he's in beast mode, you know what I mean? What the hell? He's Goldberg. Well, he's not Goldberg. It's just just because somebody reminds you of something doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they are, or that's what they're emulating or imitating. You know what I mean? It can just be you reflecting back to a time in wrestling when, you know what I'm saying, we had guys like Goldberg and those kind of matches. And we don't have that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Let me run through this real quick. Anyhow, I have an idea for what the hell is it called? Oh wait, Primetime Players beat Tons of Funk. How you like that? First of all, what happened to the old Primetime Players theme song? And I liked when in my No Mercy mod game, if you play with Darren Young, you see him do kind of do the dance, the kind of dance he was doing in the ring when they used to, what I'm saying? I like the, I mean, yeah, these some sellout coonery ass bullshit, you know what I'm saying? It is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just, at least do it good. But then again, I don't think they're really trying to get him over. So I think that might have been some sabotage, or who knows? Maybe I'm the only guy who liked that dumbass song. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, what's this guy's name? Sweet Tea. The Sweet Tea stands for for Tensai. I'm thinking because I guess he was Lord Tensai, and then they shortened it to Tensai, and now it's Sweet Tea. You know what I'm saying? But the T still stands for Tensai. I think I'm gonna I used to name all my episodes. Today's episode of Thunder Starts is called Sweet Lord Tensai. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think that's what they should call him. Sweet Lord Tensai. You know what I'm saying? How that sounds? Sweet Lord Tensai. He hits the right move. It's like, sweet Lord. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. You might actually hear Spike just flat out say it. Like, he might get that name by accident. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, they sweet. Tonight's episode of Thunder Starts May 13th, 2013. Sweet Lord Tensai. You know what I mean? Anyhow, alright. Nice to see, whatchamacallit. Oh, I was thinking, if AJ doesn't end up being like, whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, it was nice to hear Biggie Langston cut a promo. You know what I'm saying? I think they were talking about the number one contendership and what have you. And I think maybe something happened. I gotta write. So I'm gonna, watch Monday Night Raw. I've been falling behind wrestling, but I'm about to watch because this is, I believe, the go home pay-per-view. What is this? No. Is this the go home pay-per-view? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna watch. Okay, I gotta watch Tim. Okay, but I have. Usually, I do Impact, SmackDown, and then I do Raw. That's gonna be the format from now on. And I am after this later on today. I'm gonna watch. The next episodes. I guess I'm gonna watch the go home. This is the go home Raw, and I'm about to watch the go home SmackDown and the Impact. And I have downloaded Extreme Rules. I guess I haven't watched it yet. I haven't even watched it. I figure I'm gonna. So at least you're gonna get a fresh perspective from me. From what I'm saying, some week old meat. You know what I mean? And all right. Anyhow, yeah. Something happened with Biggie talking, and it was cool to hear him talk, because when they had him just standing there, like, when he stands still, he looks like Taz. Or somebody. He looks like No Mercy when you got a valet that just stands there and doesn't do anything in the match. You know what I mean? Unless somebody interferes or something like that. That's what it looked like just a fucking computer. You know what I'm saying? And he's standing there at ringside like the Raw general manager, literally. Just standing there like the computer. Anyhow, seeing him now do the whole... I wish he didn't just put one arm up. I wish, because he's so huge. I wish he'd do some kind of chest out, arm out kind of pose kind of thing. Kind of like Kurt Angle's first ring to the... Not the chalk thing. I love that chalk thing he does. And face he makes, he looks beastie. But he also looks like Risky from Everybody Hates Chris. Everybody calls him Carlton because you guys are all out of touch with black culture and black people. I forgive you. Anyhow, he looks like Risky, a whole lot of Risky, big Risky, Vegas. Saying high stakes poker Risky compared to the Risky on Everybody Hates Chris. But that's who he resembles if you were gonna go by black sitcoms or anything of that nature. Anyhow, I was saying, I keep going back and forth. AJ Lee. If AJ Lee can't come off as a convincing wrestling heel in ring, I like that new move though. I like that octopus deal that she has, the octopus stretch. That I like that move. I think she wrestles later on. She's the last match before the final segment with Triple H in the cage. I'm gonna get to that pretty soon. I'm working my way down. Anyhow, yeah, imagine, I don't want to say imagine because that's pretty much giving away one of my whole deals. So I guess, I don't know. Anyway, I could potentially see AJ Lee as, I could potentially see AJ Lee as, 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 as what the hell was her name? Sherry Martel. As I can see her as a sensational Sherry, scary Sherry, because I was like about maybe 9 or 8 years old when I'll tell you what scared the hell out of me when it comes to sensational scare. When it came to Sherry, was the spot when Marty Jannetty came back and hit and kayfabe accidentally hit her with the mirror instead of Shawn Michaels. That was like, holy shit. It's like, damn. That was intense. You know what I mean? That was an intense spot right there. Anyway, yeah, I could see AJ Lee as the next sensational Sherry. Because that was kind of a cool name. They don't have nicknames anymore, you know what I mean? Like Caitlyn, because Caitlyn, if you download my No Mercy game, she's Killer Caitlyn, because, I don't know, I wanted to just add something to it, you know what I mean? Looking like Brittany Murphy. She looks like Brittany Murphy, but with a differently skewed lip to eye ratio. If you know what I'm saying, she has the same pretty shape as Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy had bigger eyes, meanwhile Caitlyn has bigger lips. You know, she has pretty lips. You know what I mean? Anyhow, all right. So 2 times in a row, Sandow. Oh yeah, I think he comes out. I forgot what the hell he said. I think he wrestles Kofi Kingston. I forgot what he said, but he's damn near like on some CM Punk. Like I wrote down that on my notes. I said 2 times in a row on Raw, Sandow breaks the 3.5 wall. You know what I mean? You know the breaking the 4th wall. He didn't exactly break the 4th wall, but he broke about 3.5 of it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go back, man. I gotta watch it again. I'm never gonna fall behind this back, even with my notes. I thought my notes would help me catch up on it, but you know what I'm saying. So, anyhow. Yeah, Kofi Kingston and Sandow had a decent match, but you know what I'm saying. It'd be nice to see him having to have a I'm just use up all my right now and not saying any goddamn more. Anyhow, it'd be nice to see Sandow and Kofi have a program, and I don't know, Kofi being like Spider-Man. What are you talking about? He loses. He jobs out. Spider-Man talks shit and had charisma. You guys job him the fuck out. So what do you? I don't know. Let's put it this way: Kofi Kingston like Spider-Man, and our truth is the suntan Superman. Suntan Superman. Here I am. He said that shit in the song. I didn't even notice he was saying that until I saw on the back of his new tights, those white pants. It said suntan Superman. Soup my boat, soup my ass, soup my balls. Ain't no soup, you know what I mean? Get your ass kicked all goddamn day. Anyhow, yeah, whatchamacallit? I wish, yeah, they have they're gonna have a scrap match. I haven't seen it yet, and you know what I'm saying? It got heat. I'm thinking what chance they got heat from. Something about Facebook. Oh, I don't know what the hell I wrote down. I had some of these notes I forgot. But what I do remember is I forgot who got beaten. I think Sheamus got beat by Mark Henry with the strap. I said, yo, it looked. I said Sheamus got his ass whooped like he was twerking on Facebook. I'm tweaking, yo. What the? Where's boy like he was twerking on Facebook or something? Beat that ass. Oh my god, yo. Yeah, I think Ryback comes down during that segment. All the same, it just, I don't know, it seems like Vince had a meeting. Like Vince called a meeting and said, y'all gonna shape this shit up. And I'm telling you that this angle seems a whole lot better than Del Rio and Swag and Swagger, so it's worth it seeing the rehash of the whole strap thing. Funny thing is that, please, you know them straps don't hurt Mark Henry. A strong ass slave. Okay, he lives on a plantation. Fuck him. I mean, he don't play the game so much. It don't matter what good he does in this company. You ain't no undoing the bullshit. How you gonna play doing an angle where you had sex with your own sister? What's wrong with you? Come on, man. I mean, anyhow, they showed that Vince McMahon took an F5 on January 28th this year. I didn't even realize that happened or forgot. You know what I'm saying? Forgot giving a shit about it. Whatever the hell. It's weird because January 28th is my birthday, so Vince McMahon taking an F5 on my birthday, that's wonderful. That and Rick Ross got shot at, and Rick Ross has my birthday, so I'm telling people that was my present. You know what I'm saying? That was his present from me. You know what I mean? Fucking fraud, MC Fatso. I mean Gusto. You know what I mean? From CB4, fraud. You know what I mean? Anyhow, yeah, man. Paul Heyman's looking like Paul Ellering. He's looking like the Procurator of Doom. Whatever, you know what I'm saying, with the newspaper and all that shit, man. He's kicking ass in this company. Anyhow, yeah. So you saw that promo they had for whatchamacallit. What was that joint called? The new 12 rounds movie, and they're like superstar Randy Orton. Sounds, I've never heard anybody say that before. It sounded so out of place. It was like, really, it says that on the. I guess if you want to buy a DVD of a movie, that first of all, what kind of movie is on the DVD? You know what I mean? Ridiculous. I already see what it is right there. And it's weird because I don't know, as far as the movie star, when he was the Orton and he was the Viper, you know what I'm saying, all cold and stealthy and whatever, he kind of came off like Christian Bale from, you know what I'm saying, back during American Psycho. Not when he's all trying to be charismatic and caring. Please. I think Randy Orton has skulls and dead bodies somewhere. He comes off way too legitimately psycho. I mean, then again, I never really heard that many shoot interviews. So I think maybe all I know energy-wise from him is his gimmick. So I don't know shit. I don't know shit about Randy Orton. Anyway, and I don't know shit about this movie because I'm not gonna fucking watch it. Sounds dumb. I already said last week that he should be the guy doing the 12 rounds. They should flip it and have him be a good guy who's doing something bad to a bad guy. Something Randy Orton does all the time. Something that would have been more believable of him playing a character. You know what I mean? And he doesn't have that much of a range as a wrestler outside of his gimmick. So why would he have that much range outside of the acting ability of that gimmick towards a movie? It's not gonna work. I don't know. It didn't make any sense. Anyhow, what comes up next? Alright, I don't think Orton versus Cesaro. I think whatever happened to I think Cesaro went back to like yodeling after doing the whole I'm serious and whatever. It was retarded. It kind of came off like Dolph Ziggler when he had the black hair and he was like psychotically mean. It didn't work. You know what I mean? Anyhow, alright, what came up next? I think Big Show was gonna be on the app. That kind of came off cool because it's like damn it, I gotta take 2 foul shots. You know. Anyhow, that Big Show on that app really. I was just saying that I wish they would bring back the WWF Superstars type of thing when they used to do that. You know what I mean? Anyhow, alright, Big Show, Miz versus Heath Slater. Please. Miz, I think they'll talk about him being a mentor or somebody. He sucks. Please. Miz sucks so bad I forgot he was even I forgot he was a champion watching that damn match. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, I believe Kane. Oh no, it was the elimination. It was an elimination match. I beg your pardon. What happened here? What happened was, okay, so I believe it came, I think I was still talking about Kane and Seth Rollins. Oh no, I think when the match started out it was Kane versus Seth Rollins, and I wish it would have been Daniel Bryan, because that is like a barn burner waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know when they're going to switch the gear up, because, you know what I'm saying, I don't know. Oh, Dean Buchanan. The fuck does that mean, Ace? What that means, Ace, is that the name Ambrose sounds stupid, and that him wearing that big boss man vest, that Attitude Era like vest, it would come off better I would have liked it a whole lot better if his name was. I'm just saying that the name Dean Buchanan would have been better than Dean Ambrose. That it maybe even could have made that he's a relative of B squared. Because good lord, B squared. Oh man, yeah, the wigger beat for John Cena to rap to his first. Oh man, and I don't know. This, even though for it to be an elimination whole deal, it still just kind of had the rehash. And plus, I wish there was stuff going on backstage, whether it be people coming from backstage to because they had beef with Shield, or it could have been the fact that the eliminated participants stayed backstage after being eliminated, even though this was like a lot of heat going into a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? And if anything, just John Cena with same old. He made me forget he was WWE champion going into a title match. It damn near took Ryback coming out after the match just to remind me of that. You know what I mean? It said something about passion in the thing, and he just seemed real like brainwashing. You know how they do. You gotta brainwash you into believing that this shit's over when it's not. You know what I'm saying? When you like it, when you don't. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think I was probably damn near daydreaming when John Cena was taking bumps. It was boring. I think I talked about it in one of my top fives, how boring that is. And it started coming off like SummerSlam 2011, when it was, John Cena versus the Nexus and some other people, and he pretty much just laid there and took all kinds of bumps. You know what I'm saying? And it was corny because he didn't do anything. He just sit there, took bumps, and then got in cheap finishes for you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere. He'll hit the attitude adjustment out of nowhere, and he'll get a cheap victory. And you know what I'm saying, just for a pay-per-view. And all you got out of that match when he did that against the Nexus at SummerSlam was that new purple John Cena shirt. You're not even getting that this time around. He's just getting rehash, and it's disappointing for it to be a go home chant. For it to be a go home show. And I'm looking at the Goldberg chant because Ryback was on point. I mean, where is Warren? He would definitely went in. He definitely went in on him. Anyhow, I was saying, no wonder Biggie Langston. I think Biggie Langston does something. What the hell was that? I don't know what the hell was that. Something about Biggie. Oh, that's right. The whole Biggie Langston. It was supposed to be a match, but I think this is when it just became a whole clusterization. Anyhow, I was gonna say that no wonder I think Biggie Langston's gonna be champion because a champion soon, because they're not having him in any squashes in a way where he's almost always in a higher profile than one would be for him just starting out. I mean, you could probably count on your hand how many singles matches he's had so far as of this Monday Night Raw being May 13th. You know, even though it's actually May 29th, and I have about 3 Monday Night Raws to catch up on. It's good lord. Anyhow, I don't know. The audience is starting to sound Japanese, or at least it started to sound Japanese, where it was like, they clapped, or not that they clapped, but they got so quiet where you really had to do something to get them. They had to earn their respect the way you do in Japan to get a good pop out of them. And just and man, were they pushing that app out of nowhere. They've done it before. They plug the app, but they just seem to really be driving it home this week for some reason. You know what I mean? It was really weird. All the same, I think Swagger hit that power slam, that belly to belly power slam on Biggie Langston. It was pretty cool. There was something on Twitter. What the hell was on Twitter that was weird as hell? I think it might have been. I don't know. I know it wasn't Ryback Rules that was on Twitter following the match, or something interesting. And speaking of, I know I said Biggie Langston. It looks like Risky from Everybody Hates Chris. Michael Epitime, something like that. Epitma, something like that. Anyway, if you put together who Ryback is, at least in my opinion, you can call him Black Taz, but you could also call him Black Rhino. Anyhow, to me, he's a combination of Taz, Rhino, Ahmed Johnson, and Mark Henry. I mean, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, the AJ match, when they said that AJ slaps are the worst. You know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous. I mean, I was damn near expecting Natalia to get a roll up. I think she hit that new move. I think that's when she hit that new cool ass move. Only problem is that at first it looks like she messed it up and they try to play it off like it's a certain way. So now she's just doing it now. I think the next week on Raw she hit that move again, and it just looks like that's how she does it. But it looked like she messed up because she was trying to put it up at the last minute after she already locked it in. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny because they was like, AJ slap when the Bellas were like AJ slaps are the worst earlier on in the beginning. It just kind of drives the fact that she's too small to be a legitimate wrestler. You know what I'm saying? It's and in the match against Natalia, mind you, she taps her out. You know what I'm saying? Taps her out like Birdman. You know what I'm saying? She got chased and dragged. I think they did the spot where she just gets knocked so hard she gets knocked out for a good 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Like a lot of her match, I don't know, it's like her matches, I guess now part of it will entitle being knocked unconscious. You know what I'm saying? All the same, credit where credit's due, she's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They had that backstage angle we went, Jericho was like, hell yeah, I know how to say Fandango the right way. We passed all that. And hopefully we are. Imagine if we don't even have to do the whole what's your name thing, and they just get it on. You know what I mean? If you ever look at a match between Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan, man, there was legitimate heat. So they were really trying to beat the crap out of each other. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so the first thing Triple H says, I think that really got to me when he said that he thrived. I think he literally said that he thrived on hating. I forgot what he actually said, but to me it translated to he actually said that he thrived on hating on other people and keeping them out of the title picture. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, he went from ass kissing, carrying people's bags, you know what I'm saying, of tough guys, to paying them to job out to him. I mean, just, my God, what a fraud. The guy is just such a fake. You know what I'm saying? Just a perpetrator of what the hell wrestling should be. A legitimate guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad. And that's what we have. He's full time. I call that full time, part time, because he's you know what I'm saying, pushed in a really high level, considering him and Brock, both of them, they're both part time wrestlers who are just full time being pushed. They don't have matches. I mean, Triple H has that one match against the new guy. Matter of fact, so going into this whole pay-per-view, following, you know what I'm saying, Extreme Rules, I don't think Triple H had not one match. And they get into something in this thing. They do a couple of spots, and once again, I'm telling you, I hope Triple H didn't. I know Triple H doesn't blow his quad at the pay-per-view, but I don't know exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that they debut this new Curtis Axel. I'm gonna get into that. Curtis Axel sounds like Rocky Maivia, and not in a good way. That's what I'm gonna mention. Anyhow, yeah, I don't know. It's like the Game of Thrones, because it's like he damn near Triple H fucking backstabbed his way to the fucking top. You know what I mean? All types of bullshit. I already mentioned Vince being Michael Corleone. I don't know, but Triple H is one of these people on Game of Thrones. The guy, the bald guy with no fucking penis, whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, that whole further, that shit was retarded. The further and further, that shit was hilarious. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I think that's it. You know what I'm saying? I want to just catch up, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go right into recording this and then making the Thunder starts for, good Lord, making the Thunder starts for the 23rd, I suppose. So I'm gonna get right on that. But that's about it. This week's Thunder starts. I'm sorry I fell behind. I'm catching up now bit by bit. You bear with me, all 5 of you people who watch my shit. I mean, I don't know. If you're a person who downloaded my games, then fuck it. You know what I mean? Hey, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta worry about crying about whether you watch this shit or not. But I'm trying to stir the debate, so I'm kind of hoping it can get it going where we can all just talk about wrestling And I'm on Skype, Ace Thunder. I'm going to be back on Justin.tv pretty soon on the regular. I'm back on it now. Actually, like I said, I just posted a old episode that I filmed on there back when I used to record it live on that channel. And excuse me. You can also hit me on Twitter at Ace Thunder ABC. I don't really tweet that much, but you know what I'm saying, maybe I'll get into it a bit more. Thank you very much. Peace out.